Oh, yes. Thank you.
Yes, Wi-Fi off. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Oh, hey.
We are here. I'm going to get on chat so I can actually tell.
Right. See what I'm saying.
And then I will know. Timothy will be here shortly. He's just finishing up the dungeon crawl sesh that's happening, which I'm sure a lot of you are currently at.
Mm-hmm.
So in the meantime, we're gonna kick it with all y'all while we wait for him to get done and hear about everybody's weeks. Cody.
Well, since you last saw me, I was engaged.
You were still technically on the
You're
market
still technically
last time.
engaged.
And now
Yeah.
I'm
Now you're
technically
not.
Technically married.
So that's one big life event for me, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Facebook likes for that one. Probably the biggest in my life. So.
Yeah. I think it's well deserved.
Thank you. Yeah. It might be the best thing I ever do in my life,
Oh.
which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a big thing. Anyone else want to share anything about since the last time we saw him chat? I love that we don't have headphones. Can I say that?
It's strange,
Yeah.
but good. Yeah.
Very nice.
And this is the one week I remember my Mega Man headphones too.
It's true.
Oh,
The one week I was just like,
Of
ah.
course.
It would be.
Yeah.
Boy.
Mhm.
I don't get this.
I completely forgot
The questions.
I forgot the questions. Let's see. Let me cheat.
You texted him to us.
He did. I was at work and getting frustrated. I lied. Frustration is lied.
Heather works about 5 jobs.
I
For those of you
do.
who didn't know.
A million and one.
Constantly doing that.
Apparently I just hate myself and sleep, so. But I'm here because I love you guys, so.
Yeah, well.
It's like, what do you have?
I didn't see
I haven't seen this guy in a while.
There you go.
Wow, what happened to his... Oh, there it is.
Doesn't stay on.
It's fell off.
Yeah.
Ta-dun.
Let's hope Theodûir's hit points increase.
Yeah, right? What do you
Let's
want?
hope. It's
11.
11.
Come on, man.
I don't know, I love it though.
I mean, they'll increase by something. Or
Why'd
wait.
you roll like a 2?
Actually, I get a -1 on my constitution, so.
No, it does. It always goes
No,
up.
I know it always will.
at
It
least.
will always go up by
Yeah.
at least 1 for sure. I think last time it literally went up by 1 point
I think it did.
because I rolled a 1.
And you had like a 10 before
Yeah.
that.
I'm not happy with my phone right now.
No, the new phone. The
Yeah.
spy phone. What's
iPhone.
happening?
The screen keeps not responding. It's really helpful. Nice.
Yeah,
Touch
that's
screen.
iPhone 8, I believe.
No, it's the Samsung 8.
Oh my god. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. I've been wanting to get the 8 too because I have a 7 right now.
It hasn't exploded on you?
It hasn't exploded on me. Well, it's the good 7. I made sure that it wasn't the exploding kind. As
No,
much
you
fun
got
as
the-
getting like my
you don't
spy
have the
information
note,
is.
the
Yeah, I didn't get the
note's
note.
the
Oh,
one.
okay.
Yeah. I don't
That's
need
the
something that
exploding
big. They're handy.
That's the one.
But I gotta fit it in my pocket.
This fits in my
So.
pocket.
Really?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna have to rethink my whole
It's
reality
not
right
much
now.
smaller.
It's not much smaller. No, it's like
An inch.
yeah.
Smaller.
It's bigger. You know, it gets the job done. That's all I need.
Yeah.
Tiny but mighty.
Aw.
What kind of coffee?
It is a pumpkin seed dirty chai.
Whoa,
Agave.
I don't know if I want that.
It's really sweet.
What's
Do you
a
like
dirty
sweet drinks?
chai?
It's a chai latte with espresso,
What's
Oh,
a dirty
okay.
chai?
so it's extra caffeine.
Definitely sounds like it's got like liquor in it or something like
I wish. No.
Yeah.
No.
a dirty chai.
Caffeine's my drug.
It's like an Irish chai at that point.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my goodness, that's really sweet.
It's really sweet.
Really, I mean, it tastes really great.
No, I tried it last time.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you say the whole thing again? What is it?
It's an iced dirty chai with pumpkin seed milk and agave. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's really good. It's like candy.
You working with?
Delicious.
You working? Are you?
I was at Makeout all day, yeah.
one of her jobs.
One of my 15 jobs.
Cool.
Just makes out with people.
And coffee. I make coffee before I make out, and then.
Yeah.
Hollywood.
Always up to no good. Oh no, that's Englewood. I'm gonna move this hamburger helper so we can scooch the mic over because I know I'm super loud right now. So.
Sure.
What's up, guys? I'm getting even
Hamburger
louder.
helper.
It's time to
Who do you
do. Welcome to
Why
the
did you
Junior
bring
Adventures
hamburger
League.
Because I made it.
Hey, he made dinner and it's a hamburger
Oh,
helper.
just to eat here.
Yeah, I didn't have time. I was
feel like
right
that's
there.
better.
Cody.
Yeah. I meant to leave some for Claudia, but I
But now we have it all here.
The whole thing's here. So sorry, Claudia, if you're out there
Send her a
watching.
picture of it. Just
The
like,
hamburger
"Oh,
helper is
no."
here with me. You'll get it.
At some point.
You'll get it. It was really good.
Mhm. Oh my goodness, we're aging up again, aren't we? Aging and leveling. Oh, yikes.
Mine says
Ooh,
11.
up to
Must not be right
15.
Mine says 11.
No, you
Is
were
that
12
everybody?
last.
Was I 12 before?
I feel like you were.
I thought I was.
I'm pretty sure you're 12.
Yeah, I think you were 12.
So now I'll be 13.
Yeah.
Wow, it's like 12 never happened.
You're right.
You was just
Grew up
playing
so
that.
fast.
Can we slow down a little?
I don't want to be a teenager.
I mean, life gets hard when I get older. You know?
It's a little too real.
That is true, right? All of a sudden, we're at 18. It's just like, oh no, why?
Wait, what?
The whole adventure is going out to find a job. It's just like, oh
Wait, I
god.
have to get a what?
Paying bills.
Wait a minute. So my education's not gonna help me?
Wait, I have 2
Oh.
degrees.
You're
for
deducting
why?
a gold piece a week? Why? Sorry, it's rent.
What's that?
Okay.
Oh.
Is there a way to do a bow tie on the scarf?
Oh, probably. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
don't be naughty just because you want to eat. He's not gonna feed you.
Nobody panic.
So excited.
Everyone's
here?
favorite member of the
Oh my
Junior
God.
Adventures League is here.
Oh my god. In the
Hey,
same
folks.
building
I'm
as
here.
us.
Physically
Falling apart
present.
without you.
I'm not sure where to sit where you can best appreciate my form and my
Let's
figure.
all just scoot.
Especially
But right
without
there.
the
Can I
DM
sit
shirt.
right
There you
here?
go. There you go. Yeah.
Scooch
Yeah.
and
I think this is the best possible spot for me.
I'm okay with it.
Hey everybody. I'm so happy to be here in the flesh.
We're happy
Let's
too.
get really snuggly together.
Yeah.
I wanted to give a special shout out to
oh shit.
anybody who was just in our dungeon crawl text adventure that we just ran. We had a very harrowing encounter that involved a giant hole in the floor and a rope and a statue. They all made it out alive. Everyone is okay, but it's one of those fun 4th level like adventures where like a very simple thing like, oh no, I fell down a hole in the floor can be very deadly, right? Like it's not just if you're a 10th level character, whatever, I cast fly, I'm out of there. Like
Yeah.
it took an hour and 6 adventurers to rescue 2 people from like the water, 50 people.
And almost
of them.
all of us had to go in there to get them. for
Yeah,
some
it was
reason.
pretty wild. So if you guys haven't done our dungeon crawls yet and you're watching our stream, go check it out. They're going to be at 3 o'clock on Sundays right before Junior Adventures League. A little text-based adventure for you guys.
Yeah.
DM'd by yours truly, usually
Oh,
with Kate
wow.
along as a PC to help out. So yeah, it would be fun to have some of the Junior Adventurers show up in there maybe. Who
Oh, you
knows?
know. Yeah.
Awesome. So have you guys told them what we're going to do today?
Sort of. I've been trying to get onto Twitter so I can get the link to then go to YouTube so that I can check chat because my phone is new and dumb.
Okay.
So
I can get
I
my
don't
I
even know
can
who's on it.
get my computer out and I can try to run chat from there. I just don't want to eat up too much Wi-Fi.
I know. If I could just.
We'll see.
If
Let me
just
see if I
work
can
for me.
get in there.
That's a new phone thing, man.
Yeah.
It takes like a month to figure it
I
out.
had it.
Yeah.
But if you are watching and you're curious about what this stream is going to be about, we're going to do sort of a character leveling and a character development stream.
Yeah.
So Dari is here. Hey, Ryan. Also, Michael is here and Brooke is here. Hey, everybody. Watch me. I'm going to type in the chat in real time. Hey, guys is what I'm going to say, and you're going to see it in the chat. Hey, guys. All right, so we're going to go around. We're going to level all 4 of our heroic protagonists up to level 4. And then we are going to discuss some dark backstory things. I sent some questions to them that are about their hopes and fears and dreams. And we'll brainstorm some ideas. I thought if we had a little time, we could even maybe brainstorm a couple of the professors we haven't met yet. The chat was very good at designing professors when we first started. So I'm curious. We don't have a fighter yet. We don't have a ranger yet. We don't have a sorcerer yet. So Let's talk about it. So who wants to go first? Who wants to get leveled up?
I say we start with a favorite halfling bard.
Oh yeah, everyone's favorite halfling bard with a J in her name.
Yeah.
With curly, multicolored hair. Right?
Yeah.
What, is that it?
And these are her lists of hopes and fears and dreams.
Someday she'll be
Go
liked
ahead,
for who
choose
she
your
is.
Kate.
So I'm not sure format-wise what's the best way to do this. I can walk you through the mechanics, but I don't know if that's like super stimulating for those people to watch. Should we have somebody start talking about some of their questions while you and I do?
We should read the chapter front to back about like.
You should.
I like that a
You
lot.
should.
We read
As
the
long as
entire
you say
bard
with, like
chapter.
an announcement
Yeah.
voice.
Ooh, let me
then
get my book
that could
actually.
work.
I'm gonna be right back.
Wow.
That was.
So bomb!
Oh my god, where'd he go?
How did it
Whoa!
happen?
What? Oh my god!
Oh boy, I don't like that.
You said closest to him. Now we know.
Feels weird not having like the headphones in my ear. Like
Right?
initially, I was just like, yeah, it is nice not to have. But now that Timothy's talking to us and I'm just sitting here listening to him, I'm like,
It's like, oh, I want the headphones.
I have to pay attention in a different way.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's
Actually,
weird,
pay
but
attention when he
I'm
speaks.
just worried that chat, for some reason now, also won't be able to hear him.
Yeah.
Just
You guys
only
still
him
have to wear
though.
your headphones. You can't not do that.
that's true.
It's only
We
him
get a
that
pass.
you can't hear.
Well, so yeah, for some reason they just can't hear Timothy.
And
Only him.
Yeah, only Timothy.
Oh my god!
Whoa!
What?
Magic.
Don't do that. I have a weak heart.
So we're gonna level you up to 4th level. Let's talk about your hit points first, Ms. Jrmi. As a bard, you can choose to either roll a d8 and add your Constitution modifier, or you can just take the average, which is 5 plus your Constitution modifier. What do you guys think? Should she take a gamble?
roll.
Roll.
We're saying roll. Let's see what the chat
Modifier is
says.
0, so I mean.
What does the chat say?
Either have fun. Oh, that's roll. You got it.
I am my dice.
Roll for stats is what Sildari's saying. Getting roll.
Yeah.
This doesn't go up at all this level, does it?
The modifier, that wouldn't know. We're trying to debate. Which ones do you think? So a bard, obviously charisma is a big thing, right? But it could be anything. You guys, you guys take out your character sheets. Let's do this all together.
Then you put points towards 2, yeah.
You can either do. I think you can do 1 and 2,
One
or
and
you
one,
can do
or
2
like-
and 1. I think as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. You could do 2 points in one ability score, or you could
Or-
go 1 in 2 different.
Yeah,
abilities.
yeah.
So first, let's do hit points. Let's all decide if we want to roll hit points or if we want to take the number.
I thought we were supposed to level before today.
Oh, so you're already leveled.
Yeah, so well,
I
I
did
mean,
too.
I leveled them up. I don't mind doing everything else, but I really don't want. I rolled max on my.
Oh, that's fine.
My
Yeah, you keep that.
HP, And I
He rolled,
don't really
he
wanna
rolled
give that
max
up.
everyone.
Sure.
Everyone
I really
in his
did.
bedroom where no one can see. That's cool.
Let's check the foot.
But if I will actually let it go to chat though, if they want me to re-roll, I will.
Yeah, Chad, what do you think? Should he re-roll? Do we believe him, or do we think
Punish
he's
him for no
making it
reason,
up?
Chad?
Punish him arbitrarily?
I did roll my health too. I didn't get max.
Okay.
But I got better than the base, so I don't know if I should
Alright.
chance it.
So you guys are making
Let's
this
find
really
out.
boring. I don't know.
Cody was trying to keep it exciting.
I'm gonna roll.
Yeah, and this
And-
for those of you who don't know, there's a lot at stake with Theodûir's health. Because he's only got like, what, 11 hit points?
Oh my god.
A maximum of 11.
11 hit points for a 3rd level character.
Last time I rolled a 1 and my Constitution modifier is -1.
Minus
So
So
no
that
bonus,
would've,
truly no bonus. So I
Who
only
knows?
got one more.
Both Brooke and Sildari in the chat believe, they say, I believe him, so they must believe Kevin.
I'll believe
The question
Kev,
is, do
yeah.
you believe Heather?
Yeah.
Or should I re-roll?
She's a little suspicious. That's what I think.
I'm always suspicious. It's my face.
Absolutely.
How can she remember what she
She's
rolled
filling
if
his
she's got all
face.
those jobs?
She's got a lot of jars.
Fair enough. Yeah,
So,
I got a lot going on.
Theodûir, what do you think? You want to roll? You want to take the safe number?
I'm gonna roll.
Then let's see you roll.
Is it a D8?
It's a D6 for a sorcerer.
Yeah, nice try.
I'm pretty sure it's a D20 for a sorcerer,
Yeah,
right?
right. Oh, 19.
It's a percentage dice.
He rolls a
Actually,
one.
you don't have a 700 here, is there?
You still get a 1,
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
On a D100.
Let's see what we get. The suspense is killing
Oh,
me.
oh god.
You got a 2,
Oh.
everybody. You got a 2.
So -1.
Do you have, because you have a negative constitution, right?
Yeah.
So I got a point.
That's incredible.
Inch by inch.
I tell you what, if someone in the chat makes a $2 donation right now, I will let him re-roll it. Otherwise,
give me one.
he'll keep his natural,
His
stinky
natural.
one.
I kind of want
And
to
he
go
goes
there.
from 11 hit points to 12
12.
hit points.
I kind of want to because that like it just so much of
I
our
don't
turns
know
are just him
If
passing
you guys
out.
know what you're asking for, though.
What do you mean?
My hit dice, I'm not rolling well with Theodûir. So
No, you're not. That's true.
It could be worse.
You could get a 1. It is.
There is a way to make it worse. Yeah.
It would be the same, I guess.
No,
so really, it can't be worse.
you actually always get 1 hit point,
Yeah.
even if you. Yeah.
Yeah. So it can't get worse. That's true.
Right. But it can only get better. What a great reason to donate $2 to Patreon season
There
to
you go.
Experience Point Season 2. So we have some more information coming in from the chat. Sildar says, "All right, let me go get my wallet." You absolutely don't have to
We
do
will
that.
take your pity money.
Yes, but we will take it.
Alright.
For a reroll.
Apparently, we believe that you have also done yours correctly.
Awesome.
Michael Bauman in the chat wants to know, wait, is he a Draconic or a Wild Magic Sorcerer?
Draconic.
Draconic.
Definitely Draconic, yeah.
Maybe that affects your hit points in some way? Let us know. Are we doing it wrong, Shadow?
Affects the AC.
Helps your
Oh,
AC
yeah,
a
one
lot.
extra
Yeah.
hit point per level. Yeah, you're
Oh,
right.
Oh,
wow.
Nice.
So wait, if you have 1 extra hit point per level, did you factor that in before?
I did.
Okay, so in
I
this
did.
case, you'd have
Yeah.
2. Good call, Shadow.
So I would
Yeah.
get 2 automatically.
Seriously.
no
Right.
matter what.
But still, a reroll
Still a reroll
would
could be better.
would still be better.
It would
'cause
still
it
be
would
better.
have to be better.
Yeah.
Might be better, yeah.
Any other roll would be better besides the 1.
So, Jrmi, having seen this dismal failure, what do you think? Are you feel inspired? You want to take a risk? You want to play it safe?
I will roll.
Do it.
Do it.
It's a D8. It's
Oh,
it's a
ooh,
5.
So
Yeah.
that's what I would have gotten anyway.
Exactly,
Right.
yeah.
Yes. So you struck even. You're good.
Yep. Yeah.
Even does work.
That's what I like.
Great.
I feel proud of me and my roll.
Good.
You should feel proud.
You and your new dice.
So how many hit points do you have now?
25.
25. Who's got the most hit points? Probably
I
Val.
probably do, yeah.
38.
I
How
know
you
he
doing,
beat me
Moss?
by 1.
I've beat her.
He got
Oh,
the
I have
max on
40.
his hit points. I
He's
got
40 hit
39.
points.
Yeah.
I don't have any dexterity. I put it into Constitution, so every level I get at least +3. And after
That's
rolling,
killer.
after chat allowed me to keep my max
Jack didn't take
HP,
it away from you.
Yeah.
Right?
then puts me up to
Beats
40.
me by 1, yeah.
Oh,
That dwarven
he wants to know.
It's
Sildar
like-
wants to know how to donate again.
Oh,
We
I
have
think
the link.
I took those off.
Oh, let's get that link.
It's helpful, but it's not. Cause it's helpful because I don't go down, but I get hit every time something swings at me. So.
That's true, yeah, I do have a higher AC.
One of the
I was so close, I was like wanting it to be an
Okay.
even 42.
I'll get it for you,
She's like,
Sildari.
"No."
Wait, my friend, and that way we'll make it available for everyone if they want to give a donation. How generous of you! Already so generous. Let's see. It would be in one of these guys. I'm getting there, Kate. I'm doing it.
Got this.
So the next thing we need to decide is which ability scores we want to. It's not going to be any of those. God. Which ability scores we'd like to increase. So at 4th level, you can either take a feat, which are in here,
right.
or you can take a increase 2 of your ability scores by 1, or 1 of your ability scores by 2. So I want you guys to look at your ability scores, or potentially at the feats in
I
this
forgot
chapter,
the feats were a thing. I would love to check out the feats.
and see if you want
That's
to do
one of
that.
these,
It is one
Yeah,
of the
it's one of the
I didn't have
other.
Strahd do it because we just didn't have a lot of time. But yeah.
Yeah.
I played another game with Cody, some Christmas Strahd, with a bunch of noobs. I try not to overwhelm them with too many new rules, so I forewent feats.
Just throw everything at them.
Exactly.
My hit dice rolling with that character is really good. though.
Yes, that is true. I can confirm his rogue. What? It's chapter something. Can you find it while I get this link?
What's a fox?
But have you already made those
Chapter
decisions,
4.
Moss and Val? You guys
I was going to increase my strength and my intelligence,
Okay. Yeah. Good.
bumping me up to 12 and 12.
It's interesting because neither of those are like necessarily the Druid scores. You're kind of doing that. at the
Yeah,
same
so
time.
I'm kind of making them, and then probably the next like level 8, I'll probably do a double on wisdom +4. But his I don't know. It just
Yeah.
makes sense to me.
Totally. So here's a thought I'm having. Yes, Ryan, I'm running a Curse of Strahd game. We had quite a session last time, didn't we?
Yeah.
Strahd
it's
himself made his first appearance, and it was very eerie.
Probably the
Yeah.
scariest bad guy I've ever come across.
You, Cody in particular, he sat right next to me and we were playing, and like when he showed up, Cody was just like all a quiver. Like he sat like forward, like oh god, we can't fight him, you guys. Like you were, I really liked I just liked how enraptured you were by it. Like, you were like giving me strength to keep being scary. Some of the other players were very like dismissive at first, but like Cody was so in the moment that
That's how I play, man.
Yeah,
I
gave me
learned-
strength.
I learned from the best. So.
So here's an interesting idea that I'm proposing. There's a donation. I send out the donation link. Now, normally what the donation does is they get to roll a 1d12 and get that many hit points back. If Sildari makes this donation, do you think it's more interesting to let him roll a slightly higher die? Maybe not a 12,
Maybe like a 1 up.
like a d8, just because you've been so screwed.
Now, if people,
Right.
would you be able to buy like higher dice for him?
Oh.
If people keep
that.
donating, could he keep
Do like $1
bumping up
I
the
love
die?
that. I love that. So if we do $2, it's a D8. If you do $4, it's a D10. If you do $6,
I mean, I'd love more hit dice too. If anyone,
Yeah, right.
I guess you guys.
I want to re-roll if you guys
If
donate.
you guys want to desecrate that
I
donation
love
button,
that.
then we can talk about it.
Desecrate.
Would he have to write down that in his hit dice though?
Oh, we'll make a note of it. So
Yeah.
if you want to make a donation, bud, whoever wants to make a donation, if you make a $2 donation, we'll up his reroll to a D8.
Wow.
or anyone's, you don't have to help him.
Yeah,
That's
I
true.
guess
I'd
that's
like
true.
it like
Theodûir.
D12.
Well, it's not
D8.
okay with some limits. I think Theodûir is a special case because of how screwed you've been. You're doing
I
fine.
say he's real. Yeah,
You're doing
yeah.
just
It's
fine.
That like even number of 40. It's just so close.
Now, if someone donates $50, I'll get +1 to my armor class.
Yes.
If somebody donates
We all get
$50,
+1.
Heather will be 2 years older in game.
yeah.
And fuck whoever.
This is clearly a slippery slope. So Moss chose strength and intelligence. You said.
I did.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, intelligence makes a lot of sense in this campaign because you guys are literally going to school, and every year that passes, right, you're
Yeah.
learning more. What did Valqwyn choose? Have you chosen your
I
abilities
have
yet?
not yet.
Oh.
Donation.
There it is. Donated
Sildari donated
$4.
$4.
So let us know in the chats. Sildari, is that? Yeah, I guess that would go up to D10, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
D10 is what you get to roll
For this level?
for this level. Yes. Thank you so much for your donation, Ryan.
That's for
I really
me
appreciate that.
specifically?
For you.
Yeah, I'm not offering that for any.
Or
other
he could
players.
just
Okay.
check in chat and see actually what he was donating for.
Well,
Yeah.
Let us know if that's not the case,
Ooh.
Ryan. But we're gonna have him roll a D10.
Mm-hmm.
I'm nervous here. Okay. D10, right?
Ooh!
Whoa.
He got an 8. It's very
Nice.
close to that 10, but there it is, folks. That's that big old 8.
What?
All right, thank you so much.
Seriously.
So that.
Nice.
Nice.
He gets 9 more hit points.
That was 11, really. But then,
Boom. Yeah.
To be...
actually, but minus 1, so I get 8.
Is this a first edition printing or is this?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Cool.
To be...
So, yeah.
Yeah, 19. That's so much
That's
better
a
than
big
11.
upgrade.
It's a big, for him, huge
Ooh.
upgrade.
It's higher than my AC now.
Brooke said clutch, which
Yeah.
I agree. Absolutely clutch. So, did you increase yours or have you not done that yet?
I have not quite
Oh, okay.
decided yet.
Are there-
I was thinking about doing the attributes, but I really
Look at
am
some
liking
feats.
this feat thing.
Ooh, yeah,
I
okay.
keep checking them out because they look real cool.
Yeah, so you're still checking those out.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you guys want to look at feats as well?
I should probably look.
Okay.
Because I'm curious.
Yeah.
Are you
I also
curious?
am curious. About
So maybe while you guys look at feats, we can maybe talk about some character stuff. Moss, as you've already leveled up your abilities, did you want to talk to us? Just give us the first question that I asked. I asked the
Yeah.
players 3 questions. Let me pull up the specific wording. 'Cause the third season that we're going into right now is going to delve a lot more into our character's background. So the first 2 seasons, it's been a lot of just kind of random adventures. With some through lines, obviously, the plot of Al-Razim and his phylactery is kind of the through line. But we're going to kind of delve into some individual backstories. We've talked about Theodûir's father, and we've talked about the baker, and we've talked about, you know, your the war camp and your dwarven clan. We've never really delved into them. So here's the questions that I sent our heroes. Number 1, where is your character from? Who's their family? Pretty basic. Number 2, what does your character want more than anything else? And number 3, this one we're not going to talk about here on the stream because I don't want the individual players to know. But here's the question: we'll talk about it individually. What's one secret about your character that no member of the party knows? Right, interesting. So if you don't have that for right now, because I kind of sprung that on them, that's okay. But that's something I want you guys to think about, and I'm going to try to incorporate that into the game. So, Moss, can you tell us a little bit about where you're from, what your family situation is like?
I believe we actually already established that my
Oh, that's
family
right.
was where we met Patient Monolith on the mountain that we climbed.
Oh yes,
He's from that mountain range.
Zamarkad.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
he's in that mountain, not that mountain, but in that range.
Okay.
So
cool.
his family lives there.
Let me write this down. Actually,
Um,
keep talking. I'll be right back.
To who?
To the chat.
Oh, hi chat. Anyways, what did I do with my hand? So he is from where he met Patient Monolith, or we met Patient Monolith, and Zamarkad, as he claimed they were called. I don't remember, but we can always go back and watch it, which I recommend you do.
So, what's your family situation like?
And the family situation is thus: I come from a classic dwarven clan.
Mm-hmm.
So, known as the Stone Hewers. So it's like they mostly deal in mining of precious minerals and metals and minerals. So
Classic
they're
dwarf stuff.
Yeah, just classic dwarf stuff.
Traditionalists.
They're not actually. I know we probably have some people who can forge stuff, but they're not known for necessarily their. I think they're known for their good luck in finding ore veins.
They're more miners than they are
yeah,
craftsmen.
they're
Okay.
more miners.
Gotcha.
So hence the stone hewer. They're
Yeah.
very good at their task at mining and finding veins of ore and minerals.
Perfect.
Yep.
Is it like a big family? Do you have like?
I think it's
siblings?
like, yeah, we're talking like, I know he's got older siblings, but probably it's like one of those families that it's hard to differentiate sibling from cousin.
Oh yeah.
Like it's just like everyone just lives. There's this.
Castle of Dwarves.
Yeah, it's just there's different rooms and people sleeping all over the place, and you never
Okay,
know
yeah,
who
yeah.
the hell's where. And
Perfect.
one of those. So it's the Weasleys on a large, very
A
large
large
scale.
beardy scale.
Yeah,
Perfect.
a beardy, hairy.
Stinking
scale.
dwarven scale.
Yeah.
I'm loving the combo of whispering going on here and then like a full conversation. I can't hear a word they're saying. I just hear like a.
It's like you're watching
So great.
the second season of.
Oh,
Right already.
It's
It's
already.
already here. So, do you have any members of your family that you're particularly close to? Like, I know you have a lot of them. Your parents, any of your brothers, any of your cousins.
You know, honestly, he's from everything that we've done. I think he's grown up as the black sheep, so I don't think
Yeah.
he's close to really anybody.
Okay.
Like he's got those cousins that like, hi Moss, like you go play with Moss, go you know go during the family like gatherings and stuff. But
Right.
he was more of a loner.
Well, what
with
about
his
the
Moss.
opposite then? Is there anyone there that you really don't get along with? Like, what do you have? Who do you have a strong connection to, positive or negative?
I'd probably say if that's the case, there's probably like an older brother who. Like, out of everybody, he picks on me the worst. Like,
Right.
he really digs in.
He was like Theodûir before it was cool.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It's like the brother that Theodûir is the brother I always wish I had, and Theodûir is nicer. Like,
Yeah,
this guy,
sure,
he
okay.
is mean.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mean Theodûir.
Yeah.
Kill
Oof,
small
jeez.
animals for fun.
Yeah.
No.
Real bully.
I don't even think, yeah, he's just a bully to Moss. I
Brother,
don't think
yeah.
he's actually...
Interesting. I want to dive into that. Okay, cool. How does that make Moss feel? Yeah, great. I love that. Older brother, Theodûir, but mean. Great. I think that's a good start. I really like that. Okay, cool. So how's the feet situation going?
I was initially going to use the increase abilities thing, and I was gonna bump my int up.
Right.
Because that would be the
a
up
9?
to 10, yeah.
Oh, up to 10.
Would have been
Oh,
up
nice.
to 10. But I'm deciding to go with a tough feat because
okay.
that means that my hit points will go up by 8, and I will be a dojo.
Yeah, it's very important for Val to have the most.
So you just wanted to make sure
I
you
did.
had
I
more
wanted
HP
to have the
than me.
most
Okay.
HP.
She's taking the toughness feat. Excellent.
I am.
Yeah.
So you just get automatic +8.
Yeah, it's double
Fun.
what level you are, so I'm up to 47.
Double what level you are. Far out.
Right?
That's pretty
And
good.
then I get an extra +2 and any
Anytime
level up.
Wow.
Yeah.
That pays dividends.
Right?
That's not a bad feat for you, Mr. Theodûir.
Nah, you got some arcane ones you gotta go with.
That's true. The toughness one that like gives
Yeah,
you
the toughness feat.
hella hit points.
There's probably... I haven't looked at the feats.
Oh, that's what it's called. Tough. It used to be called toughness in 3rd edition.
Yeah.
You have another opportunity, I think. At 8.
Yeah,
I don't know if we'll play that
7,
long,
I think.
though.
I think it's.
I think it's 8. I think
It's
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know.
I'm not sure how high level we're gonna get. We definitely want to
Yeah.
do the.
Well, we get the if we keep getting
the patches.
patches,
Oh, yeah,
we will be leveling
yeah.
up.
Yeah,
So.
pretty fast. We'll see.
So let's really try for these mystery patches.
Mystery
Let's do it.
patches, yeah.
Mystery
I don't know.
patches.
I don't know what they are. How
Kay
they work,
doesn't know,
so-
yeah.
Not at all, no,
Not
yeah.
to me especially.
So while the rest of you guys are looking at feats, let's talk to Val a little bit about her family and where she came from. I think we know some of the sketchy details, but for those of you who don't know, let's catch them up.
Yeah, there we go.
Go for it.
So my father was in a mercenary group.
Mm-hmm.
My mother was a drow that was at one point part of the group. That's how they met.
Right.
But she died in childbirth, so I was raised around a bunch of guys, basically.
Gotcha.
Traveled around with them. It was a traveling caravan, sort of.
Kind of like a mercenary army. Like
Exactly,
You wandered around
yeah,
and fought
yeah.
different wars and stuff. Like okay.
Yep,
Cool.
so there isn't like one specific place that I'm from. I just always was traveling.
Cool.
Um,
What kind of who else were you close to your father in the caravan? Were there other people that you were closer to? Like what's that relationship like?
Definitely close to my father.
Okay.
And all of his friends as well. It was a very tight-knit group because it was like a kill or be killed sort of situation
Yeah.
almost on a daily basis. It was one of the toughest things for Val to go to school, but she had to go to learn more than just
Yeah.
the fighting
Was that
training.
was that your father's idea to send you to school? Was it yours? Like, what was the?
I think it was a group decision from the
Okay.
entire
Yeah,
band,
that's great.
because she had finally gotten to the age where she needed to go and have some sort of official schooling.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Close to father. Hard to go to school.
You'd probably get a bunch of fines if they found out you weren't in school. So
Right,
like, well, we're not losing him.
We're not gonna pay that.
Oh, God. So your mother intrigues me because it doesn't seem like you know very much about her, but you still kind of carry her ancestry around. I think we had talked about in a previous session that you did know some other drow.
Yeah,
Those
there were
people
a couple
in the
other
company?
drows in the,
Okay.
in the
How were they
missionary
related to your mother? Were they her friends, her siblings?
One was a brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So like you have an uncle, like a drow uncle.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Awesome.
So I got to hear plenty of tales of my mother from him.
Cool. Drow uncle, but otherwise just kind of like other comrades of hers.
Yeah, there
Right.
was a couple other like, half drows in the group.
Oh, okay, cool. That's interesting. Sweet. Yeah. Drow comrades. Half drow comrades. Got it. Cool. Any other important things we should know about her background before we get into the psychology stuff? Oh, half drow.
How does this make me feel? No.
And again, if these are just this is just initial stuff. If you have other ideas, feel free to let me know. We can
Will do,
work with them.
definitely, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything.
Theodûir, how's
Yes.
the feet search going?
I have found it.
He selected his feet, folks. He selected.
Yes!
I need to write it down still. I can take a picture really quick and then I'll let you take that book.
Yeah,
What did you
good.
choose?
A couple good points in the chat I just want to point out here. Chat owner makes the point that tough is also a good is good for RP reasons, given how much battle you guys have had already, even just as children, right?
Yeah,
I feel like you're much
exactly.
more hardened. And he also makes the point that the fighter gets another ability improvement at 6th level, because the fighters are cooler than everybody else.
Thank you, shout out.
And it's like
Yeah,
that's
well,
the nod
yeah.
from like third
From
edition
third,
fighters
it was
who've
just
got.
feet.
Yeah.
Every
But it's
other-
also just like no matter how many feats you get as a fighter in third edition,
right.
a level 10
Yeah.
fighter is going to die
It had
against
that
a
like
level 10
exponential,
wizard.
like the wizard gets so much more powerful, and the fighter is like 5th edition. I think is better at that, but you still a high level wizard.
A high level wizard.
Yeah.
I mean that's
Not a lot you can do.
yeah.
So Theo, what did you choose for your feet?
I chose Keen Mind.
Keen mind.
Yeah.
What's that do? Tell us about it.
You have a mind that can track time,
What?
direction, and details with uncanny precision.
Wow.
You gain the following benefits. Increase your intelligence score by 1 to a maximum of 20, which I already did. And then you always...
All the way to
excuse me,
20.
it's at 20. You always know which way is north.
Oh.
You always know the number of hours left before the next sunrise or sunset.
Oh.
You can accurately recall anything that you have seen or heard within the past month.
Wow.
That's
some
hardcore.
Sherlock shit.
That's
Seriously,
that's
yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, I like it. That's interesting. I like that it's intelligence based because again, it sort of goes along with that education thing that you guys are actively in school,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah, I
that's-
just thought he's like
nice.
just learning
Right.
better. His,
yeah, it's the stat that will be going up.
it's just another cool ability that he's learned. I
Yeah,
guess.
perfect.
Something special about it.
Like eidetic memory.
Yeah.
I love that. Cool. Brooke said, "Oh shit! Oh shit! He always knows what time it is." That's
Oh,
what-
shit.
Oh shit!
Which way is north? I got you, fam.
He's got a smartphone in his pocket.
Right. Oh yeah, it's this chromatic orb. He just like
Yeah.
pops out and just the
Little
like,
time,
Yeah, but it's like it's
like
digital.
Yeah.
It's digital right in.
All right, cool. So let's talk. If you are you still adding that stuff in, or can I talk to you about your character a little bit?
Let's do it.
Cool. So Theo, can you give everyone who might not know your character, even though I'm pretty sure everyone in the chat does, a little rundown of what Theodûir is all about? Where is he from? What's his backstory?
Yes, Theodûir. He is a high elf, and he is now we're a year older now, right?
Yes.
So now he's 13 years old.
Oh, the teen years.
He's a teenager.
It's officially a teenager.
Yeah.
Sure. I have some interesting news to share once we finish this. This pertains to Theodûir and his age.
Oh.
Interesting. I don't know about this.
Wait, how old were you?
I was
12.
12.
Alright,
So you're
so I'm
12.
12.
You're 12 now.
So he's a high elf sorcerer. He's a little snot. He's also very studious though. Like he loves to get the straight A's
Mm-hmm.
and he really wants to do well. Like that's kind of his goal in life is to kind of do well and make his father proud. Because his father, Kentraldir, is a kind of just a powerful person, I guess. I haven't necessarily figured out what specifically, but I imagine
Yeah.
it's something maybe politically. He's like, I don't know. I think we've talked about him donating money to the school, and like he's got influence there.
He's very
and
wealthy.
stuff like
We've
that.
established.
Yeah.
Definitely donating money to the school. I think he's also a powerful spellcaster too.
Yeah,
right? Like
he's
his
a
whole
power-
family.
yes.
I
We're
think
all
are
sorcerers. Yeah,
I'm
all
not saying this
innate.
happened because it didn't happen, but there was one episode where we actually talked about maybe an episode that was lost to time.
Oh, there's no lost episode 8.
There's
That
none.
doesn't
There's
exist.
definitely
But we
no
did,
Yeah, certainly not.
in theory, reference some time magic being used by his father.
Yeah, okay. So he's maybe dabbled in some of that stuff. I mean,
Oh,
he
right.
didn't because that episode doesn't exist.
That
Lost
episode
episode.
was lost
Theoretical
to
lost
time.
episode.
The only way to
No.
have seen like a lost episode would be if you were like either a chronomage yourself or like a donor at a certain time during our Patreon.
Maybe.
But nobody here was, so that's fine.
No.
Right.
It might be a fun thing to release later.
No, shh.
Oh,
What?
oh my God!
There's no
What
lost
was that?
episode.
A lost episode. But yes, so yes, he's a powerful spellcaster of some kind.
Right,
I
which
like
is the whole family, like you were saying.
Right, yeah.
They're
These-
all sorcerers.
because they're descended from this dragon.
From a
right?
dragon.
Yes.
Which was, I believe, a silver dragon.
Was it silver?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Of
Silver
House
dragon.
Thomel.
Yes, House Thomel.
Sorcerer. So I feel like we should maybe come up with. It doesn't have to be right now on the stream, but we should maybe think about what exactly is his position. Like he could just be a wealthy noble.
Yeah.
But I do like the idea that he's like an archmage in some kingdom, or he's got some position, right? Like he's the big head honcho.
Yeah, I
Maybe,
think
like in
so.
the ministry or something. like that, you know?
I think it's got to be kind of intimidating a little
Yeah.
bit.
Right.
Um,
Powerful spellcaster.
So he's so worried about
I would like it. I don't want to like endow too much.
I don't
You know
care.
what I mean?
Yeah,
But
it's
like,
up to you.
I would like it to be something that's like he's pretty powerful.
Yeah, I think that makes sense, and that's how we've established him. Like we can't. It's not like you now being like, oh, also I have a winged horse, and like no, like, we established you have a powerful dad. And it's not even really a good thing. Like most of the time, it's like a negative thing. It's like,
Yeah.
oh shit, my
That's
dad's
kinda
gonna
what I
find
want.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god. Okay, cool.
Um,
So your whole family is family of sorcerers, right? Descended from this dragon.
As far as where, I imagine it's like a southern realm.
Okay. Yeah.
Kind of like a more
Mediterranean feel.
yeah,
Okay.
like the more kind of warmer climate, you know,
Yeah.
kind of pleasant,
Like King's
kind of
Landing.
always
Yeah.
kind of nice, you know.
Presumably in some sort of like huge palatial estates, right? He's got like
Yeah.
probably maybe he has like different houses all over, but like,
Yeah.
where you're from is the southern city.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, southern city, very Mediterranean.
Yeah, kind of, Mediterranean.
So let's talk a little bit about your relationship with your father, as far as like.
It's getting so psychological.
And I have the pad out too.
A little
Let's
bit
talk
about the
it,
relationship with your father.
Yeah. Boy, I'm misspelling things all over the place. I'm just trying to be fast.
Well, they're your notes.
Mediatarian is what it says instead of Mediterranean. Mediatarian.
It's
Who
like
knows?
vegetarian, but with meat.
Yeah, but all they do is eat
Or it's
media.
like a type of dog.
Right.
a
A long-haired
dog.
mediatarian. So, stop, please. I'm embarrassed enough.
Oh no, I was looking at Brooke's thing. She said, or a
No.
Time Lord, and I was like, yeah, your dad could be a Time
He
Lord.
could be a
Oh
Time
my
Lord.
It would explain a lot.
So,
Like Keen Sense stuff would make sense too then.
yeah, maybe some of that's coming back.
Yeah.
Some of your bloodline. So you obviously are very concerned about. I was very concerned about your father's approval. Are you worried at all that no? Right, but that's something we've established, right? That like you're kind of desperately seeking his approval at all times, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Constantly, yeah.
And I think it has to be because he's so. I just must looked up to him.
Right.
I think there must be this like complex of. Are we okay?
All the way
Burner,
halfway.
burner.
Yeah. There you go.
I think there's maybe this complex of I don't know, like he relates more to his father because he looks like him or something like
Okay.
that. I don't know.
Do you have
like,
any other siblings? Are you an only child?
There's other siblings. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that situation like? Is it competition? Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Theodûir's the youngest.
Oh, interesting.
He has two other siblings.
Okay. Two
Yeah.
siblings. Or
Two
three
older
siblings.
sisters.
Yes, I love that.
Explains the hair.
What?
Explains the hair.
Older
I'll explain
sisters. So there's a competition there. Like, do you feel like you have to
Right.
outdo them?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're all, I think, pretty well. Actually, no, because they're not in school. I think we would have established that already.
Maybe
So-
they've already graduated.
Yeah, they're
or-
older. Like
Okay.
they're beyond the school.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
But they're not too much older.
Were you
I
a
don't think.
whoopsie?
It's like your siblings are like 40,
Theodûir has
and
been-
you're
Yeah, right. Oops.
It's like,
Those are elves, right?
Yeah.
So there's huge gaps.
Oh yeah, right. It's
Right.
hundreds of years. all of a
That's
sudden.
usually what I do with elves in my settings. I don't know if it's necessarily true here, but I usually have them have like multiple marriages. It's like they'll be married to someone for 100 years, and then like okay, but it's not seen as like a divorce thing. It's like
Right.
yeah, we were married for a lifetime, and now I'm
We
gonna go
did
marry
it.
someone else and have other
Yeah.
kids. It's
Yeah.
like
For
who want to be
another
married for like
lifetime.
700 years or something? That sounds like abysmal, right? Like
Right.
so yeah, I don't know if that's necessarily true because I feel like your family is very concerned about bloodlines, right?
Yeah,
Like,
so
there
it's
aren't
like this
a lot of
purity.
there aren't a lot of like
Oh,
dragon blooded.
yeah.
Yeah.
no muggles here.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. This purity, like
Yeah.
pure blood.
Yeah.
Pure blood.
Absolutely. Okay. So you're very concerned about impressing him and worried about getting his approval. Right. I feel pretty good. If there's any other things, let me know. We can always add them.
Was that all the questions?
Those are the two parts of the first question.
Okay.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
more questions. Yeah.
Okay.
There's just
Nice
one more
try.
question to address. Yeah.
It's like,
Oh,
oh god,
okay, great. I'll see you later.
See you guys.
Very well. Thank you, therapist.
All right.
Oh.
Let's see. Michael says marriage contracts for a century with actual renewal of vows optional. Yeah, that's true. You could. It's like you couldn't, and you're not forced to give it up. But I feel like that's like it's fashionable. Like, oh, he's my my third or fourth or fifth wife or whatever. Okay, let's talk last about everyone's favorite, the halfling bard with a kazoo and a recorder, played by Kate Enge
Me.
with curly, multicolored hair. It's you.
Yay.
Hey.
In a pink dress?
Yes.
Probably.
Usually right now. Okay. So what is your background? What'd you pick for your feat or your ability scores?
I think I'm also gonna do toughness.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna get real tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard knock
Cool.
life, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Great, but you got a bunch more hit points now.
I did.
Cool.
Boom.
So let's talk about your character and your feelings and your background. I think we've established, obviously there's Odo, we can talk about Odo,
Mhm.
but we've established that you come from a large halfling family, right?
Mhm.
And they're bakers, right?
Yeah. I
Okay.
feel like they live very close to town. Like I don't have to stay here when I
Mm.
stay here, but I do.
Yeah, gotcha.
It's-
Do you
it's kind of
did you like share a room with like 4 other siblings? Like, is there not? So
Probably.
like you at least get your own
Yeah.
room, or like
Yeah.
less people in
It's like
your room.
I'm happy
Yeah.
with it, and they was like, okay.
Yeah.
I feel like they probably also supply some of the bread that comes to
Yeah.
the schools.
We should talk about that. That's an interesting idea. That maybe there's like a little village that has sprung up around the college. Like it's like a college town. So like maybe your family is like the halfling bakers in town that
Right.
provide all the bread, and that's
It's
like
a
how
quiet
this is.
village.
Yeah,
It's-
totally. Little town. There goes the baker with his bread, like always.
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast references, everyone.
It's kind of like what's the rabbit's name in Zootopia? It's like her family was
Yes.
bakers.
Oh,
I forget.
yeah.
Is it Hopper? Is it
It's
Sorcerer?
so cute.
No, Hopper's Stranger Things. If you're a Zootopia fan, let us know the name of Reese Witherspoon's rabbit character. Reese Witherspoon?
No, it was Jennifer Goodwin, I think.
Oh, really?
I think it was Steve
so.
Buscemi.
Yeah.
if I'm not
It
mistaken.
It was
Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi.
If you are a big fan of various actresses who are in animated movies, let us know who plays the rabbit, and also let us know that rabbit's name, and let us know what happens in the movie Zootopia, because none of us have clearly seen it.
Yeah. None of us are Googling right now because we're off of the Wi-Fi.
You have to be off the Wi-Fi.
So please
yeah.
Google for us.
Judy Hops is what's on this. So I was
Judy
close.
Hobbs. There you go. Was it Jennifer Goodwin? Was I right?
It was
Feel-
Steve Buscemi.
I think it's Reese Witherspoon, but I could be wrong.
Sure.
Runs a local bakery.
Oh.
Is there anyone in this huge family that you have a special connection with? Who, obviously Odo is who you look up to, but do you have any like close friends? How many people are we talking about here?
Well, I would imagine that she is 7th in a lineup of 9 kids.
Okay, 9 kids.
I don't know the exact names, genders, and ages of all of them.
Oh, okay.
But-
Goodwin is correct. You got
Yes.
me. You were right. For some reason, I thought that was Reese Witherspoon. I guess, or Renee Zellweger. No, I always get them mixed
Yeah.
up too. I don't know what's going on.
Halfling
Halfling broods are a jolly bunch. Someone named the Silent Ninja, who I've never heard of before.
Not a
Just
Silent
appeared.
Ninja.
Said
Silent
yes,
Ninja!
said yes, it was Jennifer Goodwin, and then like smoke bombed and disappeared. I hope the Silent Ninja just appears in chats to like
Just
correct
to-
people, like on their casting things.
I
Like,
like if he's
actually,
like.
it was 1942. God.
Hey,
He
Silent
wears a
Ninja, as long
mask
as you
too,
tell
and
me
you
I'm
can't
right,
see
I'm okay
like
with
his-
this.
You can't see his mouth moving at all.
He takes it
but
very
still-
seriously.
You clearly hear him.
Well, welcome, Silent
Or
Ninja. We're happy to have you.
His
Um,
messages like
thank you.
disappear 2 minutes after they're put up. So
Yeah, right. There's no trace. that he
Smokes
was ever
away.
there. They were there. So you have 9 siblings. You're 7th. You don't have them all developed, which I feel
I-
like is a big like oversight on your part. but
There's
that's
just so
fine.
many of them, and
Yeah.
honestly, I forget.
I
know
think that
there are
Jrmi doesn't
twins
quite get them.
that are younger than me, and Odo is the oldest, and then the rest of the spread is just.
I know that Stephen Colbert has like 8 or 9 siblings, and he has like they have like a mnemonic of a way to go through all of them. So I wonder if that's maybe something that your family does. Like it's it's like Jackie, Johnny, Timmy, whatever. Like boom, 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 boom. You have it memorized. You can go through all of them.
Yeah.
That's great. Seventh sibling. I feel like that's most of it, but. Like, what about your parents? Like, are you close with your parents? Are you not close with your parents? Do you kind of get lost in the shuffle? Like,
I think we're all close enough, but like, I mean, there's 9 kids and they're bakers and they're very busy.
Yeah,
so,
okay,
like, they
cool.
love all of the kids and will support us
Right.
as much as they can, but they kind of have to evenly divide their time between everybody.
Yeah.
So most of us have kind of paired out, but there are 9. And
Everybody gets 6 minutes a week.
like-
Yeah, right.
As you're rolling out dough as they talk about your
Right,
life.
yeah.
I'm pretty independent from a young age. Like,
Yeah.
I was baking at like age 4.
Like maybe running around
Cool,
getting in
yeah.
trouble, right?
Yeah.
Like I feel like
They're always
maybe-
like, go play outside. Is like
Yes.
my favorite.
is like the family is like if it was a
Go
Game of
play
Thrones house,
outside.
that would those would be the words. It'd be go play outside. Like their house's motto. Go play
Go
outside.
play
I love that. So let's talk about the paladin in the room. Let's talk about Odo.
The paladin in the room.
Well, how come Odo? Why do you look up to Odo so much?
Because he's the coolest and he's the oldest one.
Okay,
He's got a pretty cool voice. Won't
He's
lie.
pretty good.
Yeah.
he's pretty cool.
Probably there's some bonding things that I mean, like I feel like where Jrmi is, like everyone else kind of has a sibling that's like close enough in age for them to hang out with.
Okay.
She was probably kind of like a weird outlier for some reason. So
Yeah.
she has, I think, more energy than half of her siblings, and probably running around a bunch, and bugged him to the point of him being like, okay,
Yeah, I gotcha.
so now we're friends.
So he's not necessarily like the coolest member of your family. He's just the one that you find the coolest.
Yeah,
Is-
probably.
Did everyone else go to the school, or is he like the only other junior adventurer? Or
I don't think everyone else went. I think it's probably me, him, and like I think there's twins that are younger than me that might start going there.
Oh, okay, cool.
But I don't
Yeah,
think
twins.
everyone else.
That's
a
cool,
lot
I
of them
like
like, you know, wanted to start their own jobs or like do a bunch of
That
stuff.
actually gives me an adventure idea for Jrmi. I hadn't had one yet.
Cool.
I like that. Okay, cool.
But I think he's the coolest because he chose adventuring.
Yeah, I mean he is the coolest.
But yeah,
Yeah, it's
in our like
adventuring.
in our home, maybe our parents are kind of like,
Whatever.
so what are you really gonna do when you?
Oh yeah, it's that like I'm gonna grow up and be a film director. Like,
Yeah.
where's
So what are
that?
you really gonna do?
Where's that money gonna come from?
We love and support
So
you.
you're gonna go to school for something? So
No.
you go into dungeons, okay?
you're
Do you come back
stealing
out?
people?
Yeah, right. You don't get it. I don't understand.
Hey, you've murdered. All right. You know, just don't tell me.
And at parties, they like try to frame like, yeah, she's sort of into like ruins and like excavation, large reptiles.
Archaeology.
The last party I went to, and I shit you not, for my family gathering,
Yeah. Oh, this.
I have my brother walked up and said, "Oh, so you're the brewer, huh?" My sister walked up and said, "Oh, you're going to school for writing? That's exciting." And I walked up and they're like, "So you're the actor, huh?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they go, "That must be better than a real job."
Oh
A
no!
literal quote. And I was just like, "Well, okay,
It's
yep,
brutal.
yeah, that's fine."
Ouch. Ouch. Show some sympathy for poor Kevin. That's a tough.
My brother and my sister thought it was hilarious
Oh, of
because
course
they were
they did.
still there. They
Yeah.
were like,
Of course, yeah.
Burn. Sick burn. Ouch. All right, so I think that is everyone's first question. I almost filled an entire page with facts. You can't see them, but they're all misspelled.
So
and-
pretty cool.
and very bad.
Yeah.
We have picked our feats, and we have upgraded our ability scores, and we have increased our hit
Yeah.
points. So you've already done the math on your skills and attacks and things then, right? Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, so we don't necessarily have to go through that because that's a little bit boring. But some of you will probably get some fancy new abilities, so I'm going to open up this book, and I'm going to check out what the abilities we're going to get. We're going to go in reverse order this time.
Sweet.
Like this.
Nice.
Actually, I refreshed my memory on the abilities.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure I did all this, but
Okay,
at the
yeah,
same time,
we'll look it up when we get there. So we're going to start with the Bard. I assume everyone wants to stay classes, no one wants to jump classes, right?
Not yet.
Okay, that would have been
I
important to tell
want
me
to
before.
so badly, but I'm not going
You can.
to.
No
Yes.
one's stopping you. You do whatever you want. So you do not gain any new abilities this level, but you do get a new spell. You learn a new spell, and you can now cast an additional second level spell. So it goes from 2 spells per day to 3 spells per day. So hey, everybody in the chat, how about you give us... Here, I'm going to maybe read down the list of potential bard spells, and you guys can talk about which ones you
Sorry,
think.
how many per day did you say?
3 second levels per day. I'll read the list, and then you guys can decide what's cool. It's kind of a long list, so I'll read it super fast so you can't understand me.
Oh, goodness.
Options are, what do you have already? As far as
For second level?
second level.
I have Shatter and Cloud of Daggers.
Okay, cool. So, options here. Animal Messenger, Blindness Deafness, Calm Emotions, Cloud of Daggers, Crown of Madness, Detect Thoughts, Enhance Ability, Enthrall, Heat metal, hold person, invisibility, knock, lesser restoration, locate animals or plants. Realize a little bit too late into the segment that this is kind of too long of a list of spells to read. Locate object, magic mouth.
What does that one do?
Wait, keep going.
Phantasmal force, see invisibility. Shatter you already have. Silence, suggestion, zone of truth. So for those of you who definitely remembered all of those spells that I listed, let us know which one of those jumped out. It says Bard gets a third cantrip is what you might go to say. You also get another cantrip.
At level 4.
Excuse me while I read all the cantrips that the Bard can do.
There's 43. Let's start.
We got a. Brooke said 1 eternity later.
Just one.
Ryan says heat metal, phantasmal force are his 2 votes. We have Silent Ninja reappeared to make some suggestions.
Yes,
hey, Silent Ninja.
Ninja.
Oh, excuse me, it's the Silent E Ninja, so it's even more.
It's an internet
really,
ninja.
yeah, really fits
But he's
in with
on
our-
Internet
Okay.
Explorer. So.
It takes a while.
He's not silent. You just can't hear him over the Internet Explorer.
That's the way of the shogunate, right? Like that's how they did it back then in the 1400s in Japan was on Internet Explorer. So they suggest heat metal is good against guards with metal armor, true,
Yeah.
and Crown of Madness is fun.
Yeah.
Sildari says silence or suggestion. They're both pretty cool. You also get another cantrip. Which cantrips do you have?
I have Vicious Mockery and Message.
Cool. So other options: Blade Ward, Dancing Lights, Friends, Light, Mage Hand, Mending, Message, Minor. Wait, what do you have? You have Vicious Mockery. Oh, I see Vicious Mockery and Message. I already read Message. I'm a fool. Minor Illusion, Prestidigitation, True Strike.
Boom.
Cool.
Let us know if you have any thoughts. Do you know what any of those spells are or do?
Some of them. If you guys want to pick my cantrip, because I don't know what the ones I was looking at for second level are Crown of Madness, Invincibility, and Zone of Truth.
Yeah, those are all pretty good. Crown of Madness is a little bit more of a combat one, whereas the other 2 are more utility. Zone of Truth is good for role playing. What do we got? Brooke says Mage Hand is cool for cantrips. If anyone else has another suggestion, Mage Hand is pretty cool. Great, that sounds
Guess who's
wonderful. It's
Okay.
Ben. All right, so do you want to think about that for a little bit?
I do.
Okay, let's jump over.
Can you give me a quick rundown on my... This is just doubled because it's 2, so just double.
I'm sorry, what?
My maths.
Oh, your maths don't change if you didn't change your ability scores. Your maths are the same.
Perfect.
So you're fine.
HP's good though.
Yeah, HP goes up, but that would be it.
Great.
So, Theodûir, you are a sorcerer.
Sorcerer.
So let's see what that is gonna be for sorcerers. You're a dragon sorcerer. You're a 4th level dragon sorcerer. You get an additional sorcery point.
Yeah.
4 sorcery points.
Bum, 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 bum.
Oh, you know who makes a really good point? Shadowrunner says Jrmi might have picked up light for reasons, right? Because you're afraid of darkness.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And you did have a really, really traumatic time in the dark.
That was bad.
That's a good
Is
argument.
that a cantrip?
It is,
Dancing
yeah.
Lights
It is,
is,
yeah.
yeah.
I think that's what I have to do.
Yeah, I agree. You got it,
That's a
Shadowrunner.
very good point.
Yeah, cool. The sorcerer, you get 1 more sorcery point, which we have. You get an additional cantrip, so one of your 0 level spells, and you also get, let's see, cantrips number 5. You learn 1 more new spell, and you can cast an additional 2nd level spell. Does that make sense?
I learned 1 new spell.
And 1 new cantrip.
And I can cast an additional 2nd level spell.
Yes.
So how many 2nd level spells can I cast?
3.
3?
Yeah.
Per day?
3 per day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many first level spells can I
Really
cast?
cool.
4.
4.
Yeah.
And
you
then
can-
cantrips is forever.
And
Yeah.
it's forever, and you now know 5 cantrips
Total?
total. Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
Badass.
So let's talk about some
Are you sure?
sorcerer.
Yeah.
That's what it says right here.
Cool, great.
Unless they changed it. Ooh, someone was scribbling in this book.
No me.
Sorcerer spells. Was it Cody?
It was probably Cody. It's like, I don't know.
It's Matt's book. I don't know. So
Oh, it's Matt's book.
this is Matt's book. Yeah. Oh, you were just doing it right now.
No.
Oh.
No.
No.
Let's go on. Let's
Okay.
go on.
No, I never did it.
I didn't do anything.
Which cantrips do you already have? Matt, by the way, plays Trevor. in Raised
He
Voice.
does.
Yeah.
Trevor.
I have
Everyone's favorite Trevor.
Prestidigitation.
Okay.
I have Ray of Frost.
Okay.
I have Friends, and I have Shocking Grasp.
Shocking Grasp.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will read the other options. Let us know which cantrips you think are the most interesting.
Trevor.
Yeah, agreed. R.I.P. Trevor. He is still alive in canon, despite what all the evidence in the show seems to suggest that he's dead.
Yeah,
All right,
you're pretty close.
I guess it's technically in canon. It's undetermined. We have
That
said
is true.
outside that he's still alive, but there's
Yeah.
nothing in any
There's
of the
nothing
shorts
in
or in the
there,
show
yeah.
that
We're
actually
just lying.
confirms
It
that.
would be a huge reveal.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you guys
Oh,
never
no.
One of the
saw this.
flashbacks shows him dying at the table, right? Like,
They're like,
This
there's
is a heart attack.
Each in his casket.
yeah, right. So, yeah, they have him in the garden, still a statue, was what Ryan said. Right? He's petrified.
Yes.
He's in the birth bath.
Yeah,
I love these deep cut jokes you guys are making.
Yeah,
That's
that's
awesome.
really good.
Alright, so Acid Splash is an option. Blade Ward, Chill Touch, Dancing Lights, Firebolt, Light, Mage Hand, Mending, Message. You said you have Minor Illusion? No, Minor Illusion, Poison Spray, Shocking. Oh, you have Shocking Grasp, and True Strike are your options. A lot of them. Probably don't know what too many of those are.
I know some of them.
Okay, cool.
I know some of these
Let us
ones.
know in the chat which ones you think are the best, and we'll see if we can influence Cody one way or the other. There's a big long list of second level spells.
Oh,
You get to
jeez.
get one new one. Excited for me to read all these spells out?
I think you should do a different accent for each of these.
For each one of these spells?
No, for each section.
Each section, okay.
We have your Irish one,
Oh,
your
my-
like dwarven one. Let's do your dwarven
right,
accent.
dwarf. So you want like a Scottish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so second level. Here are all the different spells that sorcerers can cast. Alter Self, Blindness, Deafness. Oh, which ones do you have already, actually?
For second level,
Aye.
Mirror Image,
Mirror
and
Image.
Scorching Ray.
Scorching Ray. Alright. That's been a long time, actually. I did one of them in a film many years ago, and now I haven't gone back to it. Thinking about it as a dwarf, though, it brings the pitch down.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it
Alter
does.
Self, Blindness, Deafness, Blur, Cloud of Daggers, Crown of Madness, Darkness, Dark Vision, Detect Thoughts, Enhance Ability, Enlarge, Reduce, Gust of Wind, Hold Person, Invisibility, Knock, Levitate, Misty Step, Phantasmal Force, See Invisibility, Shatter, Spider Climb, Suggestion, and Web.
You said blur again?
Blur.
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 Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. That's Scottish for you.
Yeah.
That
it's
one's
like dwarven
rusty.
fun.
Rusty. Cool. Any of those jumped out to you?
What's Enhance Ability?
Enhance ability basically lets somebody get advantage on all checks and saves related to that ability. So you can like give someone strength or dexterity or whatever. Right?
Can he cast it on himself?
I think so. Yep. I can look it up. Usually they have like cool like flavors. So there's like it's like bull's strength and like bear's endurance and stuff. Let's see. We have a few. Sildari says, I vote Blur because fuck getting hit, which seems like a very
It
Theodûir
is
move.
nice. Yeah.
Chill Touch because you basically throw a skeletal Hadouken at someone and they can't regain hit points until the start of your next turn. And Blur is great. And Michael Bauman says there are additional bonuses for some of those as well. I think he means for enhanced ability. So yeah, I can look it up. But yeah, they do cool stuff.
Can I look up Enhance Ability?
You can look up
But
Enhance
Blur
Ability.
is definitely one that I considered as well.
Yeah.
I've used that before.
Yeah, your previous Wizard. Cool, check that out. Could you look that up on your phone, actually? Is that okay?
Could you look that up somewhere else?
I just realized this is the only
Do
book we
that.
have.
In the other room.
So you go ahead and think about that if you guys have any more
Oh, yeah, I have this
suggestions.
here.
Sildari suggested Scorching Ray, but I think you have Scorching Ray, right?
Yeah.
Is that your fire one from second level?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the one you used to nuke
I have
the
Scorching
spiders.
Ray.
Yeah, so he's
Yeah,
got that
ooh,
already.
that was a
You
good
guys are
one.
of the same mind.
Yeah.
So let's talk about fighters.
Yeah.
Let's talk about 4th level fighters.
What do you
What do they get?
I'm gonna look up.
4th level fighters.
guys, like, right
What's
now.
gonna be?
Should be all
I
spells.
apologize. I'm gonna have to read spells for literally everyone here
Yeah,
because you
you
have
are,
spells
yeah.
too. What
Yeah.
have I
You
done?
don't actually have to read mine. I
Oh,
get access
yes.
to all of them. I just need to know the
Perfect.
numbers.
Perfect. Then that saves me.
Oh.
That saves me.
Cockney.
Yes, do Cockney.
Halfling.
My Cockney Halfling.
Right, or isn't that who's who you normally?
Who's?
You can do Veldin.
Oh, Velvet's pretty easy. But what do you Cockney Halfling? You want my like Brooklyn Halfling?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
that's different.
fine.
Okay, yeah.
Bristol?
I used to do Halflings in a previous campaign with sort of like an East Coast vibe. Just because I like them being very like, oh, what do you want? I'm just walking around here. Go fuck yourself. Okay. God, I'm so rusty on a lot of those. So fighters at 4th level. Yeah, you just get an ability score improvement, but you are an Eldritch Knight, so you probably get some Eldritch Knight type shit. You learn one more spell, and it is a 1st level spell. You have one more 1st level spell.
Yeah.
You probably already know that. You probably already looked at it.
I did look at the list.
Oh, then I don't.
Can't
Have you
remember.
picked?
Yeah, I picked Chromatic Orb
I
actually.
don't even have to read them. What?
Chromatic Orb.
I did pick Chromatic Orb.
Huh.
Chromatic
yeah.
Orb's great.
Yeah.
Everybody likes Chromatic Orb. Perfect. I do not have to read that then. You already looked at your stuff too, right?
I don't know.
Look
I
up the Druid
haven't.
for
I don't
you.
think I actually got to the spells, and if I did, I didn't write it down.
Cool. Then let's do that. So the Druid.
I just need to know the amount If I learned a new cantrip or anything.
I'm certain you at least learned a new spell. I don't know if you learned a new cantrip or not. That's the paladin. Why don't I know the alphabet? That's a big problem.
Alphabet's hard.
Alphabet's real hard. We actually have a wild shape improvement at 4th level. Did you see that?
Ooh.
So at 4th level, you can now wild shape into creatures with a swim speed.
Swimming!
Swimming!
Yeah, no flight yet, but swimming.
No flight. Flight at 8th.
Swimming is just water flight.
Just flight in the water.
Yeah.
It doesn't go up to CR though. I think the top CR is like 1/2.
Let me look. That's a good question. This is always a super complicated. Now it's 1/2 at 4th. It was 1/4 before. Now it's 1/2.
Yeah.
Shed Owner, who is helping us out with all these mechanics, says 4th level Eldritch Knights get a new Wizard Abjuration or Evocation spell and an additional 1st level spell slot. Yeah, so you've already picked it. You picked Chromatic Orb.
Yeah.
That is established. In addition, I think you also get the Druid. Gets some new stuff too. You get a new spell. Let me look at it.
A new spell?
Yes, you get a new 2nd level spell, and you learn an additional cantrip.
Yeah!
So you have not looked at these yet?
I have not looked back through the cantrips, but the cantrips I do have currently are Produce Flame, Mending, and Druidcraft.
Okay. Would you like me to read the other Druid ones for you?
Read them away, baby.
Can we do the
girl.
halfling?
Yeah, we could do the
disgusting?
halfling, that's fine. Cantrips, 0 level Druid spells. You have Druidcraft, you said. We have Guidance, Mending. Did you say you have Poison Spray?
No.
No, you don't have fucking Poison Spray. You have Produce Flame, Resistance, Shillelagh, and Thorn Whip.
Shillelagh's pretty cool, but I don't really need it. Thorn Whip's kind of cool. Poison Spray makes a lot of sense for him.
Yeah.
Fun.
And
Smells
he's
real bad.
If he's a stinky dude, and
You
he's now
bastard.
he's now a teenager too, so it's like
Oh,
the
no.
added
No.
disgust.
Level up in stink, too,
Yeah.
right? Like, yeah.
I don't know if anybody in chat has ever worked with young kids going through puberty, but if you go into, I've been a substitute teacher for like 12 to 16-year-olds. It's like a chemical fire. It is horrifying.
It is a dumpster fire behind a chemical factory.
Yeah, behind
right?
it is one of the most grotesque things. You walk into the room, and I'm just like, I was this person in this room. I was that creature creating that smell.
Yeah.
And that's what I really want Moss to encompass.
That's really want to embody that stank.
You know, he still needs to be part of the group, so maybe he needs to bathe on occasion so that the rest of the group doesn't go, oh,
Just-
party
just-
above
just
all, and
kill
jump in
him,
the water.
Party above all means killing Moss to save everyone else, right? Like.
We'll get to that point.
All right, so
the submersible.
you also get a new 2nd level. God, that's right. You also get a new 2nd level spell. Would you like me to read these to you? As well?
I don't, because Druids have access to all of them. That's
Oh,
just
okay.
my spell slots.
Never
today.
mind then.
So,
Never
I
mind.
can
You don't
cast
need a
any
coffee.
spell I
That's
fucking
fine. You don't really want it.
I really want to
You don't really want it. It's very rusty as well. There's so many different kinds of Cockney though too, because you get that like that sort of like
Bristol's
street
little bit
tough.
dirty.
Like, all right, listen, right up here, where
Yeah.
always everything comes up at the end of it. Like you never end a sentence without
Really?
coming up at the end.
In it.
Say it. Yeah.
Real chappy.
Wow.
Mhm.
Cool. The sort of yardy voice. Okay, that's spells and
Can you do
abilities.
South African?
South Africans are really
It's
really
so
tough.
hard. So you
Yeah.
basically do British. And
I
say
can
you're
I
from
can do
South
Australian
Africa.
and I can do
It's like a weird
New Zealand,
South
but I
Africa.
can't. Yeah, South Africa. No.
South Africa.
Because
Africa.
Australian is everything's drawn out. Like this is Australian, and then for New Zealand you bring it together. So you know Kiwis and Lord of the Rings and Riders of Rohan is here, but then Australian comes all the way out that way. It's all about what shape your mouth is when you're doing it, right? Yeah, they're fun. They're different.
They're very fun, yeah.
Anyway, moving on. That has nothing to do with
That's
anything.
Accents 101.
But bad.
That's brought to you
Don't.
into
No.
the
That's like watched a lot of Lord of the Rings behind the scenes. Just listen to Richard Taylor describe like the ex of Gimli would hew down the Urukai. Like that's my New Zealand accent. It's just a Richard Taylor impression. Okay. If anyone is still watching this
After that.
let's
Soon it'll be a musical episode. You're welcome, Chad.
Oh no, that would be so dismal.
It'll happen. It's our 100th episode. That has to be a musical
It's
episode.
like legally, if you make 100
It's
episodes of
called-
something, you're forced to make a musical. Theodûir, did you choose which spell you'd like?
I did.
Which
I
you
choose
pick?
them all, I think.
You chose them
Choose them
all.
all.
Choose them all.
Which one
I'm
did you-
taking them all.
Gotta choose them all.
I chose every spell. Why would I not?
If you donate $10 right now,
I get them all.
We all get every spell possible.
Ridiculous. Moss's land circle unlocks a new tier at 5th, although, yeah, so that's next level. Cool.
What did I choose?
What did you pick?
I chose enhance abilities.
Oh,
There's a lot of cool
Yeah,
stuff in that.
yeah. It's kind of like picking 5 little spells, right? Like,
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
6, I guess. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I don't know.
Yeah. No,
Maybe
it's
there's
good.
something like with his his dragon lineage that he, I don't know.
Yeah, that's cool. Perfect.
Dragon's touch or something.
Yeah, I love it. I'm excited to see you describe that when we get there.
And then
Did you
the
choose a new cantrip?
I thought Mage Hand because I don't have that.
Mage Hand's
And
so classic.
So classic, and that one sorcerer schooled me on that, or maybe she was a mage.
Oh,
maybe she was
I
a wizard.
remember the Mage Hand. When did this happen?
She when we were split up, it was me and
Oh,
Moss.
Althea. So this is
Yeah.
the member of the Many Hearts. You're
Yes,
sort
the Many Hearts thing.
Gotcha.
Oh,
yes.
yes,
She had Mage Hand. Oh,
She grabbed me and
Did
like
have Mage
helped me get
Hand,
across that
yeah.
one.
and like did kind of ridicule
precipice.
you about like you
Yeah.
have Mage Hand.
Yeah,
that's funny.
So I think there's something to
That's
that.
true.
Like,
Do you
yeah,
know what
like-
you can get really easily with Mage Hand? Beezorgs.
Yeah.
I like that over time she slowly starts to like mispronounce it, like she forgets it, like it becomes
Yeah.
Bezorbs and then like
Bizarre.
Bizarbs. Like you only heard it once,
Bizarre.
and no one else wants to say it around you because they're worried that that'll like spark you into saying it. So it like slowly mutates into a different word. Bazango. Like okay, we don't know what you mean anymore.
Gazebo.
Bezorbs.
Galapagos.
Galapagos.
Avocado.
Okay, cool. So you picked your spells. I think as far as leveling up, that's all that we have left for you guys.
Thanks. So.
We have some very serious questions.
Yeah, we have
Don't.
Yeah, there's we do. We're gonna talk about that. Yeah,
We're gonna
we'll do that right
delve
now.
deeper
But
into
as
our
far as leveling
ideas.
up, you guys are leveled.
Cool.
That's good. If there's anything I'm forgetting, please let me know in the chat.
I have a question.
What's your question?
My int went up by 1 because I chose Keen Sense as
Oh,
well.
okay. Did your modifier?
Yeah, so it went up to 17.
Gotcha.
That means it goes up plus 3.
It went up to 17?
17
No.
is the
So if
same.
it was from 16 to 17, it would stay at plus 3.
Yeah.
Well, I had it as plus 2 before.
Well, then you were doing it wrong.
You were
So
definitely-
then you should fix your math. Anything that's
Yeah.
intelligence based would go up by 1.
By 1. Well,
that's your
should I make sure
saves.
it's right.
It
Yeah.
should be 5 total because you're.
So if I'm training the skill,
if
my
you're trained, you
history
get
bonus is
plus 2 plus your skill.
So it would be 5 for like my history since I'm training.
History and
okay.
religion.
Yeah, sorry, that was off.
No, that's good. It's good to know now.
Now we know.
He's been playing with a handicap this whole time.
The whole time.
As if
Well,
he
not
was
just his
just
hit
about
point,
just
to
for this
know.
last
Yeah.
level, maybe.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, so let's talk a little bit about our deep, dark secrets and things.
Oof, how much time do you have?
I know. We'll start on the other end with Moss. So Moss, it's actually a pretty simple question. We're not going to talk about the secret necessarily, unless you guys want to. We could do a thing where we send everybody else out of the room and then we talk about it. But I don't know if you guys have your secrets yet. I knew that's kind of a cool
definitely
one.
don't.
So then I
Yeah,
don't
that's
want
a
to
hard
necessarily put you on the spot. But if anyone does have their secret, let me know. We can orchestrate something.
I've got multiples, but none of them are concrete. So.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, just think about that. So the number 2 question is, what does your character want more than anything else? Let you guys think about that for a little bit. Here's a good idea. Think about that. I'm going to design a professor with the chat. How does that sound?
Yeah,
That
that
sounds
sounds
great.
fantastic.
Start thinking about what do you want. And if you have ideas for secrets, think about those too. So guys, we have met many of the professors at the Junior Adventurers League. Let me see if I can go through who we've met. We met Glitch, who's the Artificer Professor. We met Barkwood, who's the Druidic Professor. We met Soliloquy, who's the Bardic Professor. We met Tandavar the Green, who is the Wizardry Professor. We met Erasmus von Thrash, who is the Barbarian Professor. And we met the Rogue Professor, who is Professor Figment. So I'd like to go through the different classes that we haven't done yet. We have the Fighter has not been made. We don't have... Oh, we also have a Cleric and a Paladin. We have Professor Varric is the Elven Cleric, and we have Professor Gruffdrunk is the Dwarven Paladin. So we don't have a Fighter. We don't have a Monk. We don't have a Sorcerer. And we've established...
Is Patient Monolith not a monk?
He's not a professor.
He isn't.
He's an alum. Yeah, he used to go there. Yeah, which shout out to Patient Monolith, who's the character created by Shadowner, who's right in the chat right now.
Yeah. Such a cool character.
Very cool. Definitely gonna show up again in season 3.
Prove it.
It's a fan favorite. Prove it right now. When? Tell me. So we have a couple of classes we don't have left. Which one would you guys like to delve into? We could do the Fighter, the Monk, the Sorcerer. Am I missing one? We don't have a Ranger. And we've established that there is no Warlock Professor anymore. After
Are you sure? Because I
Professor-
think she's still around.
She is still around. Professor Mothwing is still out there
Still
somewhere.
around,
We
yeah.
don't need to delve into that dark memory right now. So which one do you guys think? I'm getting 2 for Monk. Let us know if anyone else wants to do a different one, but Monk's pretty cool. I like monks. So if we're going to design this professor, we need a few things. We need a race, and we need a couple of like character traits, some personality things that kind of make them different from your average monk. As far as racial, the spread of the presence right now, we have an elf, we have a human wizard, we have a dragonborn barbarian, we have a Goliath druid, we have a dwarven paladin. It's actually pretty spread out. That's pretty good. We have a gnomish we have a gnomish rogue, and we have a goblin artificer. Like, yeah, they're like diversity is really good apparently at this school.
They're really good at hiring.
Yeah, apparently. I'm seeing Air Genasi as a suggestion.
Oh
They're
my
really
gosh, yes,
interesting.
I love the Genasi.
She has a thing for the Genasi.
And the tiefling. If I could like
we don't have a
bring the
tiefling
Genasi and a
either.
tiefling.
Oh no, we do have a tiefling. Professor Soliloquy.
Yeah,
is a tiefling.
Soliloquy is a
Yes.
tiefling. If only I could have been fine.
Yeah, I like Air Genasi. If you guys say different, Azamar is also suggested. Who's kind of like the holy version. It's like someone with angelic blood instead of demonic blood.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. I like the Genasi. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards right now because I'm imagining like an airbender kind of a thing, right? Like
Especially as a monk,
Genasi.
yeah.
Yeah, as a monk, it's pretty cool. So you guys start thinking of some cool personality traits, ways to approach a monk. We have an old guy already. We don't have like a really young character. Like just start brainstorming some thoughts, and we'll come back to you. Does anyone have an answer? Particularly, does Moss have an answer to this this first question? What does your character want more than anything else?
No.
Still thinking? Okay. Does anyone
I
have
have an answer.
to this question? Let's talk to Val. Val,
Yes.
what do you want more than anything else?
Val wants to start her own adventuring party with Veldin.
Oh, okay.
Oh yes.
An adventuring party.
Adventuring
Is that what the kids are
party.
calling it these days?
Yes, yes it is.
She's
yeah.
trying to make
Here
her
it
own
is.
adventure party with Valqwyn.
Oh,
Make it happen.
God.
She mostly just wants to be. I don't want to say the world's greatest battle mage, but kinda.
I see. So it's like it's an ambition thing.
It's an
like
ambition
power
thing.
and
Yeah,
strength.
yeah. She basically wants people to fear her, but not so much because she still really likes people.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So psychological. Where do you think that comes from? Is what I was about to ask. Like, yeah, is it just about proving yourself? Is it about being the best for the sake of like knowing that you have those skills? Like, I'm trying to say what's the motivation behind that? Because like I think everybody kind of wants to be the best at the thing that they are,
Yeah.
right? Like
She definitely wants to be the best fighter just because she's had a natural ability towards just kind of like battle tactics and weaponry and all of that
Cool.
since a very early age.
Yeah,
so she
yeah.
just wants to keep amping up those skills, and now that
Gotcha.
she has this newfound magical abilities,
well, yes,
that's just gonna
So
help even
magical.
more. So magical.
Crazy magical.
So much beeswax.
Okay, yeah, cool.
So much.
But you want to do that with Veldin in particular, right? Because
She
he's
specifically wants to
I see.
like have a little adventuring party with Veldin.
with Veldin, yeah, because he's kind of on the outs with his other party with the many hearts.
It's
right?
true,
They're kinda
yeah,
awkward right
yeah.
now, 'cause he doesn't play well with others.
Yeah, exactly. She basically just kind of wants to travel around and just like delve into dungeons and like
Yeah, like
conquer like enemies,
the
save
classic
villages, all that kind of thing.
adventurer's
She like wants fame for it too.
Oh, okay. Is
Yeah.
fame a big part
Yeah,
of it
fame's
too?
big. She wants like she wants to be a well-renowned, powerful.
Gotcha. Yeah, you want to be like
fighter.
known as the best.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Fame, because like there's a difference between being like you need to do it for personal reasons or more that you want to do it for wealth or like fame and like prestige. I think is a big thing.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
it's all
what
about
I
how
think.
cool
She
she
doesn't
looks.
care about
and
like money. Yeah,
Yeah.
she just wants to be well known for being the best.
that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
It resonates with me the way you played her. That she's all about like looking cool and doing the coolest thing that she can and like
Exactly,
being the
yeah.
best. I like that a lot. It's about prestige.
Yep,
Cool.
she's been really good at those slow-mo moves since she was like 2. She's gotta keep getting better at those.
Yeah, okay. Cool. So we have a couple of suggestions. We have one really good name from Sildaria. We have Melkaya,
Ooh.
I believe. Melkaya Tempest, who is an Air Genasi professor monk. And Brooke says definitely the monk class where you use key points for the elements, the way of the 4 elements. So
Yeah.
I like that. A lot of wind-focused stuff seems
Yeah.
cool. Monk that's one with nature and has the wisdom of a centuries-old redwood. That's kind of cool. I like that. Like maybe no one's quite certain how old she is. Like she's been around for forever, right? Like she's still kind of like eternal and like youthful looking, but it's like some people talk about how she was here. Like there are like stories about this monk that's been in this area since 1,000 years ago or whatever,
Yeah.
like being this sort of timeless.
I think monks in 5th edition, monks and druids both essentially get timeless body.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
once they get up to a high enough level, they're
think
like
it might be-
they just don't age.
It might be 20th, which I don't think most of
Yeah.
the professors are quite that high.
No.
But I like it something like that she's like found a way to like calm her chi or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Like keep thinking. That's a great one. Does anybody have any other? Does anybody else have an answer to the question that their character wants the most, more than anything else? Jrmi's got it. Let's hear. What has Jrmi got to say?
I'm still only 11.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think more than anything, Jrmi wants to be the queen.
The queen.
Yes, the queen.
The queen of where?
She doesn't know.
A queen. You want to be a queen.
Yeah.
Cool.
She'll say the queen, but like just a queen.
Yeah.
She
Okay.
just wants to be in charge and like
You want to be the boss.
travel and stuff.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I
Okay.
wanna, like,
Yeah.
I want
About to be.
all of the attention because I'm a child with
Like the classic,
brothers
like
and sisters.
Daenerys trajectory, right? That, like, yeah, like, you gotta.
Is a kazoo queen.
A lot
Yeah.
of siblings. I just want all the attention and everything.
Okay.
I hang out with my friends.
Attention
And
is a big
travel.
thing. Is it important for you that you're in charge of people, that you're giving orders? Like, is it about having kind of a power, not power in like a punitive sense, but power in a like everyone, you're very important and everyone is concerned with what you
I
think?
think so, but I don't think that Jrmi would recognize it.
Right.
But I think that's
Yeah, okay,
that's
cool.
probably the case.
Yeah, I think that makes sense if you're the seventh child, like no one pays
I want to
attention
be the
to you.
queen. She doesn't
Yeah.
know why.
Right.
It just seems really cool and like
Yeah.
probably because everyone will have to listen to you.
And you get really
Yeah.
fucking badass like Amidala style costumes
Yep.
and like
Yeah.
Go wherever you want.
wherever you want, yeah.
You can eat anything.
Freedom, power, attention. I love that.
Freedom, power, and attention.
She just wants to be a queen.
Just want to be queen. Gotta do it.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Silent E Ninja says the monk version of Timeless Body ages, but the Druid one slows down a bunch. I think it's 10 years equals 1 year. That's cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Ooh.
Mystique.
Ergenazi would be Professor Elmandros Gliding of the North Winds. Oof, that's really good. I like that a lot. Is there a way to maybe combine those two names? Question: male or female? Right? I got the impression that Malachiah was a female.
Sounds female,
I
yeah.
kind of like the idea there's
Alondros.
4 different elements. Why
Ooh.
wouldn't there be 4 different teachers?
Maybe, yeah.
Or
That's
like
cool.
if they're like as siblings, or like if one of
Oh.
them assimilates into all 4, like
I
when
like
they're
that.
teaching.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
That like maybe there are 4 monk professors and they just rotate.
They
so, like,
rotate.
Right now it's the air
Yeah.
one, but then later there's a fire genasi that comes in, and then it's like an earth genasi, right?
Yeah.
They're like all siblings or whatever. That's really cool.
So like it's just kind of a crapshoot of when you get
Yeah.
when you go there. It's like who's your favorite teacher? Like maybe he. Oh, I learned under the Air Genasi,
Right.
and then they were there for my full tenure of
Uh-huh.
school. But then after that,
Right.
the next teacher comes through and treats you.
Or somebody might be in the class, but might be in the school, and then they have like the air genasi for a couple years, and then it switches, and it's like, oh, I don't like this new. The air
Yeah,
genasi is so
exactly.
different. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love that. That's cool. I like that you're sticking with the air genasi as the current one because that's what we broadcast.
Mhm.
I feel like she, in my brain, I think I'm going with female, but I do really like. Maybe we combine him into Malachiah Gliding as opposed to Malachiah Tempest because I want like both of the ideas. But she feels very like she's like an air genasi. She feels like this sort of like laid back, like kind of hippie, like everything's fine. Like we're just kind of floating on by through life, and there's no reason to get stressed. Yeah,
If I
right.
teach you this lesson, then I teach you this lesson. If not,
If you don't want
it's
to-
meant to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's
You just
learn outside on the lawn today.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. Barefoot all the time, right? Like hair
Go
in the
ahead.
long braids.
Go ahead, throw a punch.
Yeah, right. It's that like slow, like almost drunken master style. I like
What
that.
does he teach, like capoeira or something like that?
Yeah, I love that. Female monk masters are few and far between, so I agree with female. Let's do it. The air one will play pranks if the moment arises. I like that. It's got kind of a
Yeah.
sense of humor, sort of a
Yeah.
prankster. Cool. Yeah, Air Genasi have a special feature of the hair blowing in a constant wind. She's got that like those like long hippie dreadlocks that are like just constantly, yeah.
blowing. Everyone's just like fascinated by
Right,
this.
yeah, they're just gorgeous, timeless body. I love it. Cool. So Jrmi wants to be the queen. Val wants
Yes.
to be the best fighter in the world,
Yes.
specifically with Veldin at her side.
Famously.
Yeah,
yes.
famous, greatest, most renowned fighter.
Mhm.
What about our boys? What about the Theodûir and Moss? Any ideas yet?
It's tough.
I've got a decent
Got it?
idea because
Let's do it.
I had to take into account the age thing.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
He's only 12.
It's not necessarily the best idea, the thing you want right now,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I think
wanna
he's pretty.
change it
He's
up.
pretty simple. Like I kept thinking that he has huge ties to his family, but like the more we discussed them, it's just like he has ties to his family, but he's not like
Yeah.
the reason he's the black sheep. I think is because he was pushed out from his brother, and he was always kind of
Right.
overlooked because he's weird, and so
Right.
they never really brought him back into the thing.
Yeah,
afterwards.
right. I was gonna say they never really got that impression from the way you played him. It
Yeah.
sounds like he was just kind of not really exiled, but kind of sort of marginalized.
Yeah, they were just like, just get him out
Right.
of here.
Yeah.
Like get him out of here.
Get this guy.
Get him out of here.
Get out of
So
here.
because he's weird.
Right.
Um,
Very weird.
And
I mean, he talks
smelly.
about yeah.
Stinky guy.
Yeah, he's a weird, stinky kid.
So what does he want?
So I think what he really wants he wants to see more creatures and meet more rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Very
Okay.
very simple wants and needs.
See new creatures, meet new rocks. Is it about like seeing? Is it like a Pokemon, like see them all kind of thing? Are you fascinated by new animals?
I think he's fascinated by them because if he sees them, he understands how to turn into them.
Yeah.
But then also like the meeting rocks and everything. It's just like he just likes the adventure, like the traveling and seeing nature for all the days.
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
In like underground and above. Like
kind
just
of, you want to explore. You want to see the world.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. You want to experience.
He's got that wanderlust.
And I wonder if that plays into the fact too that you're a dwarf and you spent most of your like childhood underground, and then you like leave the mountain. And you're like, look at all this huge world that's out here. Like, why have I just been in these 10 tunnels my whole life?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Explore the world, meet the creatures, meet the rocks. Perfect. It's very like charming, like innocent.
Right.
You don't want to conquer anyone or like be the best. Like you just want to look at stuff. Yeah.
I shall be the Queen's champion.
Yes.
Brooke says he has a rocket dex, is how he describes it. Adorable.
I'm gonna see them all.
Exactly. Turn your cat
No, they're
backwards.
scary.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
And the idea that you like have all your Pokemon are just rocks.
Yeah,
They're
right.
not,
Different
Well, this
rocks.
is a picture of me with my Geodude, and this is a picture of me with a Geodude.
Yeah. It's just the most boring Pokemon snaps ever.
This one's a rock and roller.
All right, so let's see. Do we have anything else you want to talk about? If Moss can hold out a level up to 18, post-canon even, he'd get Timeless Body and live for another 3,000 years.
Woo!
So if you can hold out to 18, let's hope you don't get liquefied or something.
Yeah,
before
right.
then,
We'll
yeah.
see. I don't know. Does Theodûir have any?
Knowing Moss, he'll probably get himself into some. If he's hanging out with you guys, he'll get himself into some trouble.
Yeah, we might throw you in the water.
Yeah, it's a distinct
Might.
possibility that
Might
he
have
will
to
be
be
cleaned at least once before he gets to
Might
level
have
18.
to behead him. Oh no!
So I think I'm pretty happy with Malachia Tempest of the North Winds. I think what we're gonna go
That's
with.
cool. Yeah.
She's a hippie. She's got the long hair.
Yeah.
Tempest is my dad's
Well,
name.
I think I like Malachia. So of the North Winds was Shadowrunner's suggestion as well.
Yeah,
So I like that.
That's
I think
cool.
my Malachia Tempest I really like, and then but of the North Winds. So then maybe the other ones are like of the blaze. Yeah, of the North. I'm trying to figure like, but I like the
Southern-
different. Yeah, Southern Stone
Southern
maybe,
Fire,
and like.
yeah.
Eastern Flame and Western Western Water, Western Wave. Like you could do some cool stuff with that. I like that a lot. Yeah, I'm cool with that, Professor. Do we want to talk about Theodûir's hopes and dreams and wants?
No, he doesn't have any. It's fine.
Do you not have one yet?
I've been thinking about stuff, and I'm just wondering if it. I don't know. I'm not sure if it all works. But so
Let's just spitball it.
the big thing with him is he wants to impress his father,
Right.
Like he doesn't want to let his father down because, and I think figuring out that he has 2 older sisters too.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if his father like treats him differently because he's like the first son. Like
There's a lot of kind of pressure on him.
Yeah, like I want you to be this. Like you want to live the life that I didn't live, kind of a thing.
I see. Interesting. Okay.
You're carrying the family name, Theodûir.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. And Theodûir is not who his father imagined he would be. Like,
Yeah.
This kind of weaker little like
Yeah.
smart kind of puny.
I feel like obviously I think your family has like a lot of long lineage and bloodline, but maybe there's something about the fact that like you were born into all this privilege. Like maybe your father was kind of the Moss of his family. He was like the outcast and he built himself up. So it's like pull yourself up by your bootstraps kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Whereas you have all this privilege. Like you were given everything on a silver platter.
Yeah.
And so like
Yeah, that's so true.
I think he feels that maybe there's that pressure of like or maybe your father looking at you says like you didn't have to earn anything for a day in your life, and that's kind of where that like tension comes from. I don't know. That was my thought.
That could
but,
be it. Yeah,
right,
for
something
sure.
like that is kind of cool.
And so with I don't know, I'm wondering like Theodûir's trying to be an adventurer, like trying to be the best adventurer he could be to impress his father.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's something else that he wants. Like,
Right. Oh, I see.
Do you know what I mean?
You feel like you
Like-
have to do that,
Yeah.
but you actually want to maybe do something else,
Right.
and you're
It's
like
like a
kind
flower
of
shop.
bare. Yeah. Like, what do you think he's
Whatever it
interested
would
in?
be.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know.
I think that's a
I
cool
don't know,
idea.
though. Yeah.
I think
that's
we
the
can
thing.
say that like the surface level one, the one that everyone seems to think, the obvious one is to impress your dad.
But weirdly,
Yeah.
he wants that too, though.
Right, of
Like,
course.
He wants to
You wanna do
impress his
both.
Father. He wants to
Right.
like.
Yeah.
I want to steal. I want to be a thief.
I want to just murder people and eat their
That's
skin.
what I want the most.
And turn into a lich.
Every spellcaster he
I mean,
plays
you have a very
just has
dark
the lich
side you
trajectory.
do.
Yeah. To impress his father, but I like the idea that there is kind of a secret one. Maybe that's your
Well,
character's
that's-
secret, right?
That's kind of what I'm wondering if it coincides with
Yeah.
like the thing that he's never told anyone.
Right.
You know, like.
has a secret desire, and yeah, we can talk about that. I like that. But yeah, I think that like,
I obviously have some ideas in my head, but I don't know if I should like.
well, yeah, I want to keep that secret from the other players.
Yeah.
That'd be a cool way to incorporate that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Western Peaks is good. I like that.
Ooh, yeah.
Jrmi cousins are Patient Monolith Monk, Exalted Pyre. Oh, maybe Patient Monolith is one of the other ones.
One of the other monks.
Oh, I like that a lot. Is that okay with you, dude? Because I think that's a really cool idea if Patient Monolith is the Earth Professor. Like, he's an alum, he graduated, but now he's, like, comes back in. Because I feel like it's weird to have this.
Or maybe it's like they're asking him now. It's just like, hey, she's going on, like...
Yeah.
It's about spirit
that's a cool...
They're probably... She's going on a spirit journey or some shit. I don't know.
Like, whatever.
Just walks off and flies away, right?
Yes.
Doesn't tell anyone.
It's like a cloud.
In the middle of class, she just suddenly stops speaking and
Opens the windows. Opens the windows and just blows away.
The students are just like,
You need a teacher to cover the rest of the year.
Right.
The TA like knows what to do in this.
I love
scenario.
It's like I've been preparing for
Oh,
this.
Michael, yeah. So he says, my Jrmi cousins are Patient Monolith Monk, Exalted Pyre Paladin, Cresting Wave Cleric, and Howling Twister Druid. So maybe they're not actually related. But I like the idea that Patient Monolith is the one they bring in, like to like she just floated off, right? Like, Malachi Tempest is like on sabbatical or something, and they had to bring in someone. That's a great plot. I really want to use that now for season 3.
Is she using her vacation?
Yeah. Oh no, it's clear.
She just went. Alright, we're gonna have to clear this out accounting. I'm sorry. I just gotta.
Yeah, right. She said, like, they look over her information and, like, under her home address, it's citizen of the world. Right? It's just this meaningless, like,
the world.
The world.
Oh my god.
Next of kin.
Yeah, right. Mother Earth.
Mother Earth.
It's just the hippie.
Listen, I know Mother Earth exists, but come on.
I can't call her
But
up.
I need somebody.
Yeah, I love that. So he says, yes, Patient Monolith is a blacksmith upon request and possible professor on rotation. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, Silent E Ninja says, I must go now. My planet needs me. Floats off into space.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, cool. So those are our characters' wants. We're all leveled up. We've designed an awesome new professor. Kind of 2 professors if you count Patient Monolith coming in.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything else we have covered today, dude. I felt pretty good about it.
Just secrets.
Yeah, there's secret stuff. It's 6:02. Let's maybe go like 10-ish more minutes. Do you guys have any questions or any ideas or any other things you want to pitch to us that might be cool? I know Shadowrunner made a big donation at the end of season 3, and we've been talking a little bit. I need to get back to you, Bud, about that. By the way, I've been very bad this past couple of months. He's got a cool new system we're going to try to implement. That's got some cool magic items you guys are going to play around with.
Awesome.
So we're going to talk about that a little bit more. You'll find out more as we go on. Oh, there's one little announcement I want to make about next week's session. So, in the real world that we all live in our actual bodies,
As far as I don't think
pretty
so.
boring.
Yeah.
The next time we'll be playing is October 1st, and October 1st is especially auspicious because it happens to be Cody, Bushee, baby boy Bushee's birthday.
Oh my god!
It's his birthday!
That's my dad's birthday too.
Do you mind if I tell him how old you're going to be, Cody?
No, go ahead.
He's going to be 30 years old. It's his 30th birthday.
What?
Right? So we have to be playing on that Sunday, and Theodûir just turned 13 in the world. So I think our first episode is gonna be something based around Theodûir's big birthday party that his dad throws him. I'm not sure exactly what form that will take, but yeah, basically shenanigans go down at your 13th birthday.
Party.
Similarly, you guys are all invited, right? Like I'm not sure what it's gonna be, but it's Cody's real life birthday and it's gonna be Theodûir's birthday. Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So that'll be their first episode coming back, and then after that we're gonna maybe go into probably gonna alternate between random adventures and more plot based like background adventures. So we still want to fight monsters and go into dungeons and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So birthday party. Yep, 13 going on 30. That's what Soldier suggests. Oh, it's gotta be the title now. So yeah, if you guys have any questions or any other ideas or suggestions, please let us know. We'll just probably shoot the shit for about 5 or 6 minutes until then.
Isn't your dad a time lord? Maybe that's good too.
He does. He has dabbled in chronomancy. I think we call it.
No, allegedly.
Yeah, right. Allegedly.
Because you're gonna get in trouble for that.
And that's through me, what I've heard.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we're gonna get in trouble for using Time Lord.
Yeah.
I know everybody over there at the Doctor Who BBC is probably like, shut him down!
Yeah, shut him down!
Shut him down now!
I wonder
All
if
the lights
they
just go out
own it
here.
legally. I know that Wizards does own Dungeon Master legally.
That is
our
true.
improv group that does some stuff had to change because we wanted to be like in full compliance.
Yeah.
So he's a Story Master now.
He is.
Story Master.
Story Master.
Legally distinct from Story Master to me always sounded like it was like the name of like a really bad like TV show that was canceled in the 80s that like it only had like 4 episodes.
It's like the Page Master, but like the knockoff Page Master.
Exactly. They filmed like half the season, but they only aired 3 episodes, and they were out of order, so like nobody liked it. It was just chaos. Yeah.
Trying to expand on the film, and they're just like, we just can't. No, we can't.
Yeah, no, it's impossible. But yeah, so I'm excited to get back into it. We're gonna play, I think, for the first 3 weeks, and then we have some conflicts that come up. We have a very special guest we're trying to wrangle. She's very busy, but it would be pretty cool if we could get her. She wants to. We just have to find time. But yeah, I'm excited. We're gonna do one more season like this, and I think after that we're gonna go into the final exams. You guys are about ready to graduate.
Yeah.
And go out there in the world, and so it's interesting. I think you guys are gonna be excited as to what that final exam actually looks
Velden and I
like.
shall rule the world.
Indeed.
I mean,
So wait, hold on. How old are you right now?
15.
You're 15. Okay, you're not
15.
quite there yet.
I'm so close.
You're so
though.
close. Yeah. Yes.
So close.
Oh yeah. Michael suggests maybe the items could be dropped in there. Oh my God, party favors at your dad's.
Yes.
That's when we get those crazy items.
Love
That's
it.
perfect.
Love
You're
it.
so smart, Mr. Shannon. I love that idea. Michael Bauman also says, I use the term gamekeeper, keeping the peace, and notes on the session for recap. Gamekeeper's good. I forget game master is
Game
classic.
Master is the common.
Gamekeeper's
the
also
common
from a
one to do
Stargate
that.
SG1
Right, yeah.
episode, if anyone watches that show.
Sorry, what was that?
It's also from Stargate SG1 episode. It's
Oh,
also
is
called
it?
The Gamekeeper. It's a really cool one.
See, to me,
Any
that,
other nerds out there?
that implies that like it's like a human hunting situation. Like I'm the
I can see
gamekeeper
that,
and
yeah.
you are my prey, right? Like, that's what I
That's what
imagine.
they.
it's
That was
like
the
a
name of the
VR
store
world,
that I
so-
frequented growing up. Is the Gamekeep
Gamekeeper.
in Tennessee.
Game
No, just
Keep.
Gamekeep.
Oh.
The Gamekeep is actually
Yeah.
a cool name for a game store.
Yeah.
Mine was dumb. Mine was like mostly a baseball card place. It was just called the Dugout. I didn't
Mine
know.
had this guy, and he's still there. He still owns it. And every time you go in there, and Carl, if you're watching this, which I know you're
You're
not,
definitely not.
you're definitely not watching this. But if you ever see this, you make my day every time I meet you. Oh, how's it going? Hey, Carl. Hello.
It's like a cartoon character.
How's it going?
Right.
Oh, you know. He's just like, seriously, this is this
Right.
man's voice.
He sounds like
and
he's on Adventure Time.
he
Exactly.
plays Toontown perpetually.
Interesting.
What's Toontown?
Toontown, or is it Toontown? Or yeah, it's like no. It was an online, like an MMO
Oh.
based around like cartoons and like.
Pretty weird.
It was weird.
It's a weird choice.
It's
Sounds
a
like
weird.
I'm afraid to
And he
have it.
played this. He's still playing this game, as far as I know.
That's awesome.
It turns out that all of our biggest donors love Toontown, and they're now just like, wow, great.
Is it Toontown?
Yeah.
I don't know what it's
Gone.
called.
See ya. Yeah.
It was an MMO based
Patreon
around like
just
Bugs
drops
Bunny
it in
type
the garbage. Right?
physics.
Like, how dare you insult
It's like give down
Toontown?
0 subscribers.
Yeah.
No!
What have
I
we
didn't
done?
insult it. I'm just saying
I know,
that's
yeah.
he was playing.
It's a strange game to be
Yeah.
upset.
got
Okay.
pretty defensive about it.
Yeah.
I got defensive about Carl, who makes my day every time I see him.
Well, it's
He's-
funny you should mention Carl because
He's-
guess who's here? Come on out!
All the way from town.
Yeah, there you go.
He would be underwhelmed to see me. I can guarantee you that.
Brooke
like
Brooke
I
has
don't
given us a
remember.
shout out for Neopets. I play more Neopets than
Neopets. I played the
Neopets
hell out of
is
Neopets
fun.
at school, and I wasn't supposed to. But if there's one
Not
thing,
one's
They're
supposed
so
to.
easy.
if there's one thing that growing up in the '90s taught you, it's that you were always going to be more advanced than all of the adults at computers.
Oh yes.
So every firewall they put up doesn't matter.
It's like a that's a
Yeah.
classic like '90s.
Took you
stereotype,
in-
too.
took
You're
you
the
like
cool
2
hacker
seconds.
kid who can
Yeah,
get
it's
past
like
the firewall.
done.
Yeah.
It's like 2
Whistler
words, just
came
like
out.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like, okay, you're gonna practice
Have to.
typing. No.
Yeah, we had some pretty goofy like computer practice or like keyboard practice classes, right? Like, remember that
Yeah.
stuff back
Oh
in the 90s?
yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
typing games and
Keyboarding.
stuff.
Yeah.
This is apparently how I type. That's not.
I
it's
enjoyed
tons of
those
stuff.
classes.
I enjoy the
Terrible.
idea behind the keyboard classes because it's just like you're gonna need these skills when you get older, and then looking back, it's like no, you didn't needed these skills now.
Right,
Like
yeah.
we grew up with these. Like
Exactly.
we don't have to have. We know.
Right.
It's
It
like
was really a class for
keyboard
you
and-
to learn how
Yeah.
to do it, right?
Exactly.
You just wanted some time to yourself at school.
There's always like the PE teacher that also taught like
Yes.
keyboarding class.
Yes.
So he's just
Oh,
like, let's
man.
just give it to him.
We had a full-on computer lab teacher. It
Oh,
was-
really?
Yeah.
We had one, but
Absolutely.
they were like always like very like beleaguered. They had to run around because there were always tech problems. Like the network was always down. So it was just like a little short guy, bald, and just like constantly stressed. But yeah, we had like the gigantic giraffe of a hockey coach who was our keyboard teacher.
Yeah.
He was just huge, and his like head hit the ceiling. He had like duck under doors. He was this massive man, and he was just like, "Okay, guys, we're gonna do this." Just this huge. He was a Goliath, right? Like he was a Goliath for sure.
He's just like watching hockey videos as you guys are
Yeah,
trying to If it starts talking, he's like, "Hey, quiet down in the back. I'm
Mr.
watching
Voss.
the game."
Oh, terrible. If you're watching this, which I know you are, Mr. Voss.
Because you're so into D&D, but you're a hockey coach.
And look who's here!
Mr. Voss.
Bring him on
You
out.
just see like a pair of knees go by. Like he's just this massive giraffe-like
Giant
man.
verse where I'm just like,
Oh
oh
God,
god.
Mr.
How
Voss.
is your head going through the ceiling?
I don't understand the spatial relations of this man. All right, well, now that we've talked about Mr. Voss, I think that's a good note to end things on.
And Carl.
And Carl.
And Carl. I don't know Carl's last name, but I would have told you.
We don't need
I
one.
don't know
It's just
Mr. Voss's
Carl.
first name. Maybe they're the same person.
It's
Carl
Carl
Voss.
Voss. He went from being a giant hockey teacher to like a tiny dude.
With a weird cartoon voice.
Carl Voss should be a teacher at our school, and he should like.
Adventures.
No one quite knows what he does there.
Right,
but-
yeah.
He's just a human.
He's even with no clear class.
Yeah.
He teaches keyboarding.
I think he should be the librarian.
But it has to be like
teaches political science.
Yeah.
Here's the other funny thing too. Someone made this point a long time ago. An article I read about Hogwarts about
And
how
Jim.
like, about how in Hogwarts all they learn is magic.
Mhm.
There's no actual education.
There's no-
So they don't
There's
learn
not
about
actual
history,
magic.
but they have
No.
time travel abilities.
Yeah.
They don't learn about politics, but they can like nuke countries with their magic, right?
Yeah.
It's like what a ridiculously dangerous, weird like training cell for basically terrorists, right? Like, these
Oh,
people with these
yeah.
unearthly
Yeah.
powers and no sense of the world or responsibility.
Terrorists who have no sense of the world and no real. You can pretty much once you're above 18, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Right, exactly. The
Yeah.
ministry might like
The
get
ministry
mad at
might
you,
like
right.
slap your wrist,
Right.
but most
Yeah.
of the time, if you're like,
You're
oh, he's
free.
a really powerful
Totally
wizard.
free. And like the governments of the world don't have any control. Like they like,
Yeah,
hey, we're gonna fight
yeah.
Voldemort muggles just in case you wanted to know. And like muggles
Some shit might be blowing up.
Right.
We'll erase your
Yeah.
memories.
Yeah,
you
you'll
don't
be
think that
fine.
like, you know, satellites or like missiles could help in this war against the Dark Wizard? No, that's fine.
It's good. It's just magic against magic. It's
You're
perfect.
fine. Anyway, now that we've talked about how silly Hogwarts is, but I do like the idea that there is one teacher at Junior Adventures League who just like teaches math. Like it's like
Yeah.
a cool thing. He's like
He's
a
like
regular
super-
human and he just teaches math.
He's just literally a teacher.
Right.
Like, it's-
Yeah, he's not an adventurer. But they put like, he teaches history and math and political science, like every other subject that's not about killing monsters is like.
But I like
all
that
on
those
him.
would be like the elective classes.
You can't.
Like, you can
You're
take
gonna
math
let
if you want to,
into
but you
math.
have to
Courses.
take like potion making.
Yeah, right. The required stuff is like swordsmanship,
And
right?
this teacher is like the most qualified teacher. Like,
Yeah, right.
Like,
Crazy qualified.
like normal people would
But,
have
like,
to pay a
only-
lot of money to get this
He
teacher.
volunteers his time too.
Right.
Yeah.
But no respect from the faculty.
No.
Like, they're just like, who is this normie? Get him
Yeah.
out of here. Right.
He's carrying books. What is this?
Now this guy is
Carl.
canon. There's definitely. And
This
it's
is
Carl
Voss.
Carl Voss, and I think,
Voss.
but his name has to be spelled all fantasy. Like
Calorel
it's,
Voss.
yeah, it's like Kharel, like Karel.
Carl Voss.
Karel Voss.
Carl Voss.
The world's greatest teacher.
And it's like BVO.
Oh yeah, the professor of the mundane. Yeah.
The professor of the mundane.
Teaches finance.
Yes.
If you just find
So
Accounting.
important. Yeah, accounting.
Because
like
we
with
don't know what
gold.
we're just like. I don't have 60 gold pieces. Is that
Yeah, right. Is
enough?
that enough? I like to buy a drink. Is that like 15 gold?
What is that?
pieces?
A banana?
Yeah, it's
What is that,
What is that, like?
$20. That's what she says.
Here, just take it all. I don't even know. I don't take
How
it.
much you spend on insurance a year? Like what, $20?
Yeah.
What's insurance even? We'll go ask Carl.
Carl.
Karel
Carl
Voss.
Bush.
Now there has to be an adventure about Karel.
Carl Bush.
Karel Voss.
We're just gonna like dig up old like worksheets and just make us do like math.
Oh my god. This is a beautiful idea, Kate. We're gonna
And
do
we
some
got
math.
we're in detention and we have to go and organize like the school.
Oh, no.
The school's getting audited.
But even just the idea of like, okay, here's like you have to do this like addition worksheet, and it's incredibly simple. But like you guys are like rolling these intelligence checks, like oh my god, I don't know, like it's as though it's a riddle, right?
At
Like,
any point we could ask him, but like we don't.
yeah,
It's like
4
next,
plus
like,
2,
you
and you're like,
solve all of them.
oh, I got a 14. Is that enough? You think it's more than 5. You're not certain. Ridiculous. All right, well, thanks so much for tuning in to Junior Adventurers League. Now that we've designed 2 professors, Karel Voss and I gotta write this name down. I gotta write Malachiah of the North, Malachiah Tempest, Malachiah Tempest
Of the North Wind.
of the North Winds,
Mhm.
and then Karel Voss.
Carl Voss.
Yeah, Carl Voss is it. But you kind of slurred. It was
Yes.
Carl. Carl.
Hey, Carl.
Hey, Carl.
This is Carl Voss.
Mr. Voss.
Hey guys, welcome to Polly Shine.
No.
Alright, so I'm going to be teaching you a bunch of
I
stuff.
don't have that one actually. I might have to pull that one out. Carl Voosh. Is how Michael spells it. That's funny.
Yes.
Voosh. Voosh. I like Voosh. Let's do Voosh. Voosch.
Voosch. Yes.
Voosh. All right.
Oh,
Thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in to this extremely necessary episode of the Junior Adventurers League, in which we never got off topic at any point.
No. Yeah.
We will be back next week, first at 3 o'clock with a dungeon crawl, with the next installment of that. I don't know if anyone who's playing the dungeon crawl has figured out where you guys are yet. Somebody did at one point, but there's a little Easter egg in the dungeon crawl for fans of XP. Check it out. If you can't make that, come back here at this same place, this same time next week, 4:30 for episode. What would that be now? Episode 16.
Show up at my apartment.
13.
I think it's episode 3.1.
It is.
Okay, yeah, right. Episode 13, episode 16, 13 going on 30.
Aww.
Yeah. All right. Thanks everybody for tuning in. But before we leave, obviously, it's very important that we all take a moment to remember.
We're all in the same
all in
room
the same
to do
room.
this.
But there's only one thing that's paramount for all the members of the Junior Adventurers League, and that's their motto. Ready? Wait, which way are we going?
Yep.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Party above all!
Okay, well now I have to get up and go.
I can do it.
No.
Let's both try to do it appropriate to each other.
Go, yeah, keep the arm up there. Go.
My bottleneck.
Just
Oh!
1 sec. Okay, 1 sec.
We're not.
Do any of you guys just sit at home and do that with us? Because that would be
I
really
hope
Yeah,
so.
I hope so.
I really hope so.
Answer us now.